Live in Fort Dodge, Iowa, it's high school basketball action on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as tonight. The West Bend-Mallard Wolverines try to snap a 3-game losing streak as they visit the St. Edmond Gales. Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel, brought to you in part by PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit. The West Bend-Mallard Wolverines coming in at an 8-6 record after a disappointing loss on Tuesday night against South Central Calhoun, one of which the Titans held the Wolverines under the 30-point mark. Meanwhile, St. Edmond, they are 3-10 so far in the year, looking for their second win in a row after knocking off Webster City in North Central Conference action on Tuesday night. We will talk with both head coaches, with head coach C.J. Tracy of the St. Edmond Gales, as well as head coach Thomas Fair of the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines, coming up after these messages on 92.7 KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's Microwavable Meals, homemade dinners to go and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line X Protective Coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
And we get ready for girls high school basketball action right now on Hometown Radio KLGA as the St. Edmond Gales host the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. And right now we're joined by St. Edmond head coach C.J. Tracy. Coach, first of all, we appreciate your time today on the pregame show. Let's begin with Tuesday's game as you guys picked up a win over Webster City. Just take me through Tuesday's game, what you felt a couple of the big turning points in that one were.
We got off to a very good start. We were aggressive, attacking the basket, getting some offensive putbacks. Kind of went through a lull period there in the third quarter, start of the fourth. Give Webster City credit. They were crashing the boards. We just gave up too many second chance opportunities. Then all of a sudden, probably 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, we had Chloe Palmer hit a three, got another bucket from Underberg, and then Josie Harvey hit a three to kind of extend the lead. And we just did what we needed to do defensively and offensively the rest of the game to hold on to that one.
And, Coach, with that win, it was win number 3 of the season. And, of course, earlier this year, the team had snapped a losing streak that had dated back a couple of seasons. So you've gotten a few wins on the board so far. I guess with all that being said, can you speak on some of the incremental improvements you've seen this team make over the course of the season?
Yeah, we've come a long ways over the past few years. We've got some girls that have spent a lot of time in the gym, that have worked on improving their game. We had some volunteers come help us out with some open gyms and some camps this summer, take them through some different perspectives, so that they can get a better feel or just a different view of the game than what I was asking them to do. And I think, we're a young group. We do have 4 seniors out on the team this year, but we've got a lot of young kids playing, so it's just getting through some growing pains and learning the speed of the varsity game. And these girls have put the time and effort in, so it's good to see them rewarded with a few wins already this year, and just hope that can continue the rest of this season into the future.
And, Coach, a busy week continues tonight as you guys take on West Bend-Mallard. As you take a look at the Wolverines, what are a couple of things that jump out to you about them?
Well, we've had such a busy schedule. I haven't had a lot of time to watch a lot of film. I know they got Kirsten Montag, who's, I think, been a 4-year starter for them. She's very tough inside. We did get an opportunity to see them at a preseason scrimmage over here at Fort Dodge Senior High before the season started. They've got some size inside. They've got some, I think it's the Tiffany Fair that's a pretty strong little point guard for them. So we're gonna, we got to battle with them tonight. I think it's going to be whoever can control the boards should be able to control the game tonight.
And, Coach, you referenced Kirsten Montag for West Bend-Mallard. When it comes to defending Montag and trying to offset some of the rebounding she does inside as well, what are a couple of your objectives for the team going up against her?
We just got to make sure we box her out. We've been a little inconsistent in that aspect, so we just got to make sure we stay between her and the basket on the defensive end, and then when the shot does go up, that we keep contact and just stick to the basics. You know, you keep contact. Once the ball comes off the rim, you go get it. So we just, you know, she's a very good ball player, and she's given me headaches for 3 years already. And so we're gonna, you know, just make sure we do the little things correctly tonight as best we can, and see what happens.
Coach, along those same lines as we wrap up, what do you feel are one or two of the biggest deciding factors for tonight's game?
It's going to boil down to who can take care of the basketball. You know, who's going to win the rebounding battle, and who can finish. When we finish our shots, we look good, and then there's games where we don't finish very well, and we don't look that good. So I think it just boils down to those three things: the boards, finishing, and taking care of the ball.
All right, Coach, well, we appreciate your time today and wish you best of luck with tonight's game.
Well, thank you very much.
That is St. Edmond head coach C.J. Tracy here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Right now, we'll take a timeout, but get you closer to tip-off as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines and the St. Edmond Gales are coming up on 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folth, and Michael Toll.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
High school basketball action is coming your way tonight on Hometown Radio KLGA as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines visit the St. Edmond Gales. And right now we're joined by West Bend-Mallard head coach Thomas Fair. Coach, first of all, we appreciate your time today on the pregame show. Let's begin today by talking about Tuesday's game as you guys had a tough loss against South Central Calhoun. So just take me through that game and a couple of your takeaways coming out of Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough game to say the least. We were not playing the basketball we're used to playing. And that's what happens at this time of the season when you're not playing the basketball. You need to be playing versus a team that was clearly peaking at the right time or playing their best basketball this time of year. We did not rebound the ball. We didn't play the defense we wanted to play. We obviously didn't score very much. It just wasn't a very good game on our side.
Coach, like I said, shooting-wise, it was a tough night for the team. What did you attribute that to, and what are a couple of things you can do to get that back on track tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was confidence. We did not shoot a lot of free throws, which is a big part of our game. I don't think Kirsten attempted a single free throw, which makes a big difference. That's where a lot of our points come from. A lot of that goes back to just being mentally strong in the post. All of our posts, we just didn't make any shots. And that's a big part of our offense. We really need our post to step up, make some shots inside, and that will open up the outside shots for our shooters.
And, Coach, tonight it's you guys hitting the road and visiting St. Edmond, a team from the North Central Conference that you guys have seen the past couple years in the non-conference schedule. You know, looking at St. Edmond, what are a couple things that jump out to you?
They're young, but they have 3 wins in the season. They're coming off of a win versus Webster City. They have a lot of confidence right now. We gotta be able to be the upperclassmen and not let them get a good start. We got to start fast. I think that'll be a big key tonight, is having a good start against that team. Just because they did come off of a win, we're coming off of a bad loss. I think starting good is going to help our chances a lot tonight.
starting well is going to be a big factor in tonight's game. What else do you see as a big key for West Bend-Mallard victory in tonight's ball game?
Probably scoring more than 4 points in 2 quarters might help. Yeah, and just being good on the rebounding. We did not rebound well, Friday, Saturday, or Tuesday, and we lost all those 3 games. So we got to crash the defensive rebounds as well as the offensive. We get a lot of easy putback points by being active on the glass in the offensive end. And we kind of we have to get back to that to be a successful team, I think, going in the end of the season.
Coach, wrapping up here, that leads me to the next question because, the season will wind down kind of quickly as you get into the month of February. The pairings for the postseason are going to probably come out pretty soon as well. So as you guys kind of approach the final couple weeks of the season, what are a couple things that you're looking for to say we're getting into playoff form or we're just about ready for that time?
Yeah, definitely our offensive efficiency. Going back to the Garrigan game, they were extremely efficient on offense. Granted, we didn't play great defense, but just being efficient on offense, not having those 4-point, 6-point swings when you have a turnover, just trying to drive home that every turnover we have can possibly be a 4-point or 6-point swing. We have to really drill that in our heads, take care of the ball better, our guards and our posts. As a team, we got to take care of the ball better, and that's a really big thing we've been focused on in practice, and that's something we really have to focus on as we go through the postseason play.
All right, Coach, well, we appreciate your time today on the pregame show and wish you best of luck with tonight's game.
Anytime. Thanks a bunch, Tyler.
That is West Bend-Mallard head coach Thomas Fair with his pregame thoughts right here on Hometown Radio. We'll step aside for a timeout and bring you more pregame coverage and get you closer to tip-off coming up next on 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump It. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning & Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Edmond Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Thank you to these Sports Club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kossuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Boyd & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's Microwavable Meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we focus on the needs of local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Tafe Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
Live in Fort Dodge, Iowa, it's high school basketball action here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Tyler Lance with you tonight as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines take on the St. Edmond Gales. Wolverines coming in at 8-6 on the year, and they have this starting lineup for head coach Thomas Fair. The 6-foot senior Kirsten Montag checking in at wearing jersey number 1. The 5'6" junior Hannah Stalzer wearing jersey number 2. 5'8" senior Abby Schmidt wearing jersey number 4. 5'5" junior Tiffany Fair wearing jersey number 5. And the 6-foot sophomore Addie Montag wearing jersey number 12. For St. Edmond and head coach CJ Tracy, they will have the 5'5" senior Michaela Lighting wearing jersey number 2. The 5'6" sophomore Anna Larson wearing jersey number 4. The 5'9" sophomore Ava Underberg in jersey number 30. The 5'7" junior Josie Harvey in jersey 44. And the 5'7" senior Sylvia Heldorfer wearing jersey number 12. West Bend-Mallard wearing the road blacks tonight. The yellow WBM across the front as Kirsten Montag's admin court for the Wolverines. She'll go up against Ava Underberg wearing the white home uniforms for St. Edmond. Ball's tapped sideways. Wolverines collecting. We are underway. Quick dive to the bucket by Schmidt. Shot is blocked though. Schmidt got it back. Finds Montag right side. Montag had the ball peeled away. It's near the baseline. Montag gets it back out. And Fair has the ball for West Bend-Mallard. Stalls are giving right back to Fair as we are rolling here from the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium. St. Edmond in the white uniforms, green trim down the sides. The green Gales across the front and the green numerals on the front and back. Fair stops the foul line. Fair with 10 on the shot clock, working the pivot foot. Bounce pass right side to Addie Montag. On the elbow, gets it back outside to Stalzer. Rotates it around into the corner. It's Stalzer with the ball. Into Montag. Montag gets past the double team. Left-handed layup is good. Right at the end of the shot clock. Kirsten Montag makes it 2-0 in favor of West Bend-Mallard. Into the front court quickly comes St. Edmond. They try to break the press. Pass goes down to the block to Underberg, and she'll get it back outside. Harvey left wing 3, a little bit too strong as the rebound is knocked around, and Schmidt picks the ball up. On the loose basketball for West Bend-Mallard. Schmidt with a little bit of pace across half court. Schmidt averaging 7.2 points per game for the Wolverines so far. Wolverines as a team, 46.5 points per game. That is 5th out of 12 teams in the Twin Lakes Conference. West Bend-Mallard works the ball around the perimeter. It's Schmidt. Heads around the screen by Montag. Schmidt right of the paint. Deals outside to Stalzer. With 15 on the shot clock, Stalzer drives left side. Stalzer takes contact. That'll be a push and a foul to go up against Michaela Lighting for St. Edmond. And we'll see the first free throws of the night. That was a big focus for head coach Thomas Fair and the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines coming into this game, finding a way to get to the foul line. They did not do that enough Tuesday night and lost against South Central Calhoun, and getting a lot of free throws up and points from the foul line, a big part of West Bend-Mallard offense as the free throw is down by Hannah Stalzer. Stalzer, a 50% foul shooter this year, averaging 4.6 points per game, makes it 3-0 Wolverines. West Bend-Mallard as a team, a 67% free throw shooting team. That is number 2 in the Twin Lakes Conference, the Sioux Central, as Stalzer puts both free throws into the cup, and the Wolverines go up 4-0 on the road, and Schmidt jumps the pass in the backcourt. Interception for West Bend-Mallard. Outside to Fair, deals into the short corner to Stalzer, rises for a jumper, and it pops into the cup. Friendly rat around the rim. It touched glass as well, and it drops through, and West Bend-Mallard off to a good start on the road, up 6-0, just as Coach Fair asked for in the pregame. Underberg down on the block for St. Edmond. Left layup short. Montag rebounds in the lane. Montag takes down the center of the court, tries to jump and pass, had it knocked right back into her lap as Heldorfer had the knock away, and Heldorfer has the steal for St. Edmond. Gales this season, they're scoring 34.6 points per game, number 6 out of 8 teams in the North Central Conference. Gales 3-10 on the season, have the ball right side with Harvey getting it up top in between the circles to Heldorfer, now back to Harvey right side. Underberg trying to get inside position. Larson is in the high post. Larson down the lane. Shot erased by Addie Montag. Stuck the 2 hands up, stayed vertical, and stuffed that shot. And now the Wolverines throw it away. Montag didn't get her head around as it was Fair bringing the ball into the front court. Threw it a little behind Kirsten Montag, but was not looking for that pass as the Wolverines will turn over the basketball. For 4 early points by Hannah Stalzer, leading the way for West Bend-Mallard as now the Gales will throw it away in the backcourt. Ball off the hands of Harvey, and it will go to Addie Montag for West Bend-Mallard. Fair brings it across half court. Second leading scorer on the Wolverines, averaging 10.6 points per game. She heads left. She deals into the near side corner to Montag. Kirsten Montag dribbles right across the foul line and finds Schmidt right side. Schmidt center of the lane to Addie Montag. Powers it up, shot no good. And Underberg secures the rebound for St. Edmond. Underberg averaging 3.2 rebounds per game for the Gales as Lighting has it into the front court. The senior drifts near side, flings it near the top of the key. Dangerous pass. It's collected, and tiptoeing is Anna Larson. Almost looked like she went over into the backcourt that time, but kept the ball on the St. Edmund side of the court allegedly. Gales will have the ball as Heldorfer pivots around, gets to the foul line to Larson. Larson facing up for a jumper and banking it home. St. Edmund is on the scoreboard. It's 6-2 West Bend-Mallard at the 4:58 mark of quarter number 1. Wolverines and Gales have played each other each of the past 3 seasons. West Bend-Mallard winning each time, including 53-25 last year as Fair shot is bothered. She bats it into the lane to Montag, and Montag draws the foul. Fair tried that left side layup. Gales were able to block that where it didn't even get any rim, but ball ended up in Montag's hands, and St. Edmund commits another foul. As the Gales will go to the bench, bring the 5'6" freshman Chloe Palmer into the ball game. Palmer is actually the leading scorer points per game wise on the St. Edmund team at 8.3 points per game. Into the corner, Abby Schmidt opens up for a 3-point try, and she finds the bottom of the net. Abby Schmidt picks up where she left off on Saturday against Bishop Garrigan, knocking down 4 3-pointers and gives West Bend-Mallard a much-needed 3 as they go up 9-2. It was a tough shooting 3-point game, but really a tough shooting all-around game for West Bend-Mallard against South Central Calhoun on Tuesday, as the Wolverines managed just 1 3-point make. Larson left the paint, left the basketball behind. It gets batted near half court, and then it's thrown away. Montag intercepts it. Kirsten Montag all the way to the bucket and lays it in. 11-2 West Bend-Mallard, and St. Edmund is forced to call an early timeout at the 4:14 mark. 30-second timeout by St. Edmund. Well, the Gales are just having trouble holding on to the basketball right now. A lot of errant passes. Wolverines are aggressive. They like to jump passes. They'll put a little bit of pressure on the backcourt from time to time as well, and the Gales are having trouble getting it across half court, and then once they get it across half court, are still having a lot of trouble holding onto the basketball. They've gotten a couple of drives to the basket so far tonight, a couple of layup looks that haven't gone down, and the Wolverines have played really good defense early on in this ball game and gotten off to an 11-2 start. Again, that is the best way to get the bad taste of Tuesday out of your mouth and the bad taste of a 3-game losing streak out of your mouth as well. Get up early on the road and grab the early momentum and force St. Edmund to try to play uphill and come back in this one. Gales trying to win consecutive games for the first time this season, as they defeated Webster City on Tuesday night. St. Edmund earlier this season snapped a big losing streak, a 46-game losing streak, in fact, that had dated back to February 11th of 2021. They put 3 wins on the board this year, as Underberg has it in the high post, deals to Harvey, pump fakes on the 3, she'll drive in, goes right into the body of Addie Montag, and a blocking foul. Underberg, or make that Harvey, got both Montags that time. Kirsten with the pump fake in the corner ended up blowing by, and then Harvey took it into the body of Addie Montag, who's called for the foul. And the free throws will be coming here for Harvey, a 60% foul shooter, averaging 7.5 points per game. Harvey puts the first one down the drain, and that'll make it 11-3 as West Bend-Mallard leads St. Edmund. Wolverines will bring Tiffany Fair back into the ball game, as also checking in right now Claire Gerber. 11-3 in favor of the Wolverines. Harvey, second free throw off the back of the cup, and Kirsten Montag boxes out in the lane for the rebound. Montag 4 for the Twin Lakes at 9 rebounds per game. She's also averaging 13.6 points as Fair has the ball right side, brings it back near half court as she's guarded by Larson. Flings it near side, finding Stalzer, now back to Fair. Back and forth between Stalzer and Fair, now towards Montag at the foul line. Back to the bucket, Kirsten Montag finds Schmidt on the left wing. Schmidt looks for the baseline, finds Montag at the elbow again. Now back to Schmidt in the corner. Pumps and passes outside to Stalzer. Rotates right to Fair of 10 on the shot clock. Fair's gonna drive it in, got to the glass, missed the layup. Offensive rebound though by Gerber. Her shot is blocked, and Stalzer collects. Shot clock reset for West Bend-Mallard. Schmidt a deep 3-point try. That's an air ball. It's going out of bounds, and St. Edmund will get it back. Wolverines got a few bites of the apple at that possession, but cannot convert it into any points as St. Edmond goes to the bench and brings the freshman Abby Huss into the ball game. Huss has appeared in all 13 games off the bench for St. Edmond so far this season. As it'll be Palmer handling the rock, bringing it across half court. They double team her immediately. Palmer's going to try to pivot, has to get it away, and she does. She'll find Larson. Larson back to Palmer in between the circles, a 3:18 on the clock in quarter number 1. Palmer dribbles towards the right side, bounce pass to the foul line by Huss, underneath to Harvey, and Harvey finishes. Some great high-low action by St. Edmond that time, and then a steal in the backcourt, and a missed layup by Larson. Larson got it back, though. She passes away from trouble, and a foul by West Bend-Mallard. That foul was on the floor. Boy, Anna Larson making things happen. She is number 3 in the North Central Conference in steals per game with 3.9 steals, and she had one right there. Made a beautiful pass that as well after the steal. And St. Edmond will try to line up an inbounds play from the baseline, but first, a timeout is called by West Bend-Mallard. 30-second timeout as it comes at the 3:03 mark of quarter number 1, with the Wolverines leading 11-5. Well, St. Edmond, as we said, broke that big losing streak earlier this year that had dated back to 2021. They had gone winless in 3 of the last 4 seasons prior to this year, but they've made a lot of incremental progress this season, as Coach Tracy referenced in the pregame. A lot of young players are playing. You look at Chloe Palmer coming off the bench as a freshman, regularly in the rotation. Abby Huss, another freshman, playing regular minutes. Anna Larson, just a sophomore in the starting lineup, as well as Ava Underberg, another sophomore starter. So St. Edmond, they're getting a lot of young players into the rotation and a lot of minutes on the floor. And it's resulted in a couple of wins so far this year, as the Gales will line up from the baseline right side. Foul-wise, St. Edmond has 2 so far. From the baseline, Heldorfer to trigger it in. Looks into the lane and then lobs it out towards Larson. It's the knockaway by West Bend-Mallard and brought into the front court by Fair after the steal. Fair guns it towards the block. Intercepted, though. She was trying to find stalls on the block and tried to thread it through multiple white jerseys as Harvey had the interception for St. Edmond. Palmer across half court. Deals to Harvey. Open on the right side for 3. Left it a little short. And the box out. And the rebound by Lexi Welter for West Bend-Mallard. Welter will make that Fair, will bring it across half court as Welter sets a screen, then gets the basketball on the left wing, rotates into the corner to Stalzer, who drops it and picks it back up. And we've got a double dribble called against West Bend-Mallard as the Wolverines will turn it over. Turnovers have been an issue so far this season for West Bend-Mallard. They turn it over more than any team in the Twin Lakes Conference, 23.6 turnovers per game. As Schmidt will check back in and Stalzer will head to the bench. Wolverines will set up their 1-2-2 press against St. Edmond, as the Gales will go to their bench as well. Another freshman, Sophia Schlenz, coming into the ballgame. She's appeared in all 13 games off the bench for St. Edmond. As Larson has it in the backcourt, passes away from the double team, knocked out by Schmidt. Abby Schmidt with the quick hands, swapped the ball out of bounds, and it will stay with St. Edmond. Larson is going to be the inbounder. 2:31 on the clock, quarter number 1. It's West Bend-Mallard 11 and St. Edmond 5. As Palmer brings the ball across half court. Surveying the 2-free zone of West Bend-Mallard, gets it left, 3-point ball, too strong. Schlenz can't knock it down on the rebound by Fair. Fair guns it up ahead to Schmidt. Schmidt settling herself on the right wing, rises for 3, it's off the back of the cup, and Schmidt chases down her own miss. Fresh 35 for West Bend-Mallard. Schmidt left side, underneath to Montag. Great position, and Montag lays it in. She spun it off the window, got great position, adjusted herself on the post, and it's 13-5 Wolverines. Larson in the backcourt, sees 2 black jerseys flying at her. She'll dribble down the sideline, and she nearly stepped out of bounds. It was knocked out by Abby Schmidt. Did a great job of using the sideline as a defender and forcing Larson all the way over. Schmidt was the last to touch the basketball. That was Larson will be the inbounder. She inbounds to Palmer, and St. Edmond will try to space out here. 1:53 on the clock. Quarter number 1. Larson on the left wing. Tries to find a cutting Palmer, intercepted by Kirsten Montag. Montag can run the floor, but she'll pull it up and let her teammates come out to get the ball. Schmidt right side for the Wolverines. 13-5 West Bend-Mallard. Into the post. Shot no good by Gerber. She got deep in the post that time as Schlenz had the defense. And into the front court comes Harvey. Harvey right side. Gets it top of the key to Palmer. Palmer dribbles left. Driving in, floating it off glass. No good. And rebound near side. Taken by Gerber for West Bend-Mallard. Stalzer brings the ball into the front court. And she'll give it off to Fair as we're down to the final 1:20 of the first quarter. Fair dribbles at the top of the arc, finds Montag left of the paint. Montag dropped the pass, though, and Harvey takes it. Harvey running the floor, finds the cutting Palmer. Palmer left of the bucket. Layup too strong. Rebound by Harvey, fights it back up. That one's no good as well. She was grappling of Schmidt for that basketball, and Montag comes away with the rebound. I'll tell you what, Harvey extremely active on defense and in transition for St. Edmond early in this game. Gerber outside of the lane, finds the cutting Stalzer. Stalzer brings the ball into the paint, bats it outside to Schmidt. Left side with the ball right now, it's Fair, and it'll be a turnover again for the Wolverines. It's taken by Larson. Larson passes up ahead to Palmer into the front court with 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Wolverines started fast up 11-2, but the offense has been marred by turnovers since that time. A fake by Harvey, the drive goes into Montag, and Montag forces the turnover. Harvey tried to draw a foul by Montag and shoot it through her, but that ball went right to Montag, and now it's the Wolverines bring it across. They're going to travel and turn it over. So the turnover bug bites again, as now we're down to 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Wolverines go to the bench and bring the 5'11 sophomore Chloe Dickey into the ball game. Also return Addie Montag as well. St. Edmond can have the last shot of the quarter if they want it, as we're down to 23 seconds. It's 13-5 West Bend-Mallard as Palmer dribbles between the circles. Right wing to Larson. Larson drives down the center of the lane, floats the shot up, no good. Near the baseline, batted back into play, and St. Edmond collects the loose basketball. Kick out to Harvey, left side free is blocked. Schmidt ran out there and blocked it. Now 7 seconds left in the quarter. 4 seconds, pivoting around, getting the ball away is Welter. She finds Stalzer. Stalzer into the paint, hooks the shot up. No good as she missed it right at the horn, and that will bring an end to quarter number 1. Both teams still finding their footing on offense, but West Bend-Mallard with the early lead on the road. It's Wolverines 13 and Gales 5 on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Start of the second quarter here at St. Edmond High School as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines lead the St. Edmond Gales 13-5 on KLGA 92.7 and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. St. Edmond has the basketball starting off the second quarter as Palmer inbounds to Schlenz, who gives right back to Palmer, and we are rolling in quarter number 2. Ball knocked away by Schmidt near the top of that 2-3, and West Bend-Mallard has the steal. They'll try to throw the outlet back to Schmidt, and it's thrown too far. Schlenz tracks the ball down for St. Edmond. Wolverines continue to turn the ball over early here. Palmer keeps the ball safe, dribbles behind the back. Nearly a turnover as Welter was pestering her on defense. To the top of the key, it's Schlenz. Free ball is up. It's a little bit too strong. Rebound in the lane. Gets batted away. It's poked out of Larson, and ball ends up into the hands of Dickey for West Bend-Mallard. Dickey, after a little trouble, got the ball off to Stalzer, who will bring across the St. Edmond logo at midcourt. Ball goes near side to Welter. Catch and shoot three. A little bit too strong, but Welter got fouled on the three-point try. Underberg on the closeout. Didn't give Welter any room there. And Welter will head to the foul line for 3 shots. Wolverines started very quickly, as we set up 11-2, but last couple minutes of the first quarter, pretty dry for West Bend-Mallard, so this will be a chance to settle in, take a deep breath, and try to get a few points at the foul line with Lexi Welter, who's a 62.5% free throw shooter. Welter free throw on the way, and that one deadens off the back of the iron, no good. As we said, Wolverines struggled Tuesday night against South Central Calhoun, but still a good defensive performance, holding South Central Calhoun in the low 30s scoring-wise on the season. Wolverines giving up just 46.5 points per game is the second free throw, also no good, that one missing left. Montag and Fair are going to check back in. Addie Montag and Chloe Dickey head to the bench for West Bend-Mallard. And Welter will try to get 1 out of 3 here for the Wolverines. Welter wearing the multicolored shoes. Blue on the left foot, pink on the right foot, knocks down the free throw. And it's 14-5, West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines bring back out the full court press. Darting up the far side of the court and getting it across the timeline is Larson, and delivers the ball to Palmer in between the circles. 7:14 on the clock. It's Wolverines 14, Gales 5. Ball rotates around to Palmer. Open on the left wing, good look for 3, and Palmer swishes it. Chloe Palmer from downtown, and it's 14-8. Palmer 28.3% on the season on 3-point balls. And the Wolverines see their lead cut down to 6 points. Welter right of the paint, lost the basketball, tries to pick it back up, finds Stalzer. Stalzer, nice pass to Montag. Layup no good as Montag got a tough angle that time, leaning back. Underberg vacuums in the rebound for St. Edmond. Dangerous pass nearly picked off as the Wolverines nearly had the steal there. And then Palmer had the ball picked out of her hands on the dribble. It was Stalzer taking the steal for West Bend-Mallard. Now it's Fair, winging it right to Stalzer, gets it around to Schmidt. Schmidt teeing up the three-point ball a little bit short. Rebound deflects all the way into the backcourt. Stalzer trying to chase it down all the way at the opposite baseline. She touches it. Ball stays in play, and Schlenz picks it up. It's 1-on-5 right now, so Schlenz will have to wait for her teammates to catch up, and they do. Palmer rotates it over to Lurson. Lurson looks inside and then pumps it right to Palmer. Palmer over to Lurson on the left wing. Lurson drives left side. Lurson got all the way to the baseline, and she's fouled by Schmidt. Schmidt did a nice job there initially, forcing Lurson very wide of the paint. In fact, wide by a couple of feet, so there wouldn't have been an angle to take the shot there, but then that late foul is going to allow St. Edmond to inbound from the baseline. As Dickey comes back into the ballgame and Welter heads to the pine. Ball gets inbounded. Palmer in the far side corner. She's guarded by Schmidt. Schmidt's all over her. Palmer's in trouble, and she bounces it away. Good defense that time by Schmidt. Underberg high post, passing right, finding Schlenz. Now into the wing. St. Edmond with the balls. It's Heldorfer. Rotation around to Palmer back outside. 5:57 on the clock. Palmer. She'll head right around the perimeter. She'll pull up, and she'll pass it. It's bounced away. It's intercepted by Stalzer. Stalzer runs the floor. Shot blocked, but a foul. Stalzer took it into the body of Lurson that time. She started left side, but wanted to get over to the right side and get a layup on her dominant hand side. Kind of went into the body of Lurson, that is, and forced her all the way towards the right. And Lurson didn't give her any ground there as the foul's committed. So Stalzer back to the line where she made a couple free throws earlier. First free throw on the way, and that one rattles into the cup. Thought about popping out there for a second, but it'll go down. The Gales are a team that you can get in foul trouble if you're the Wolverines. St. Edmond committing the most fouls per game in the North Central Conference, 17.6. So it is possible for West Bend-Mallard to get to the free throw line frequently tonight. As right now, 15-8 Wolverines. Second free throw, Stalzer, and that one right down the drain. 16-8 Wolverines, as right now they're doubling up St. Edmond. Wolverines bring the 1-2-2 press back out. Nowhere to go for the ball for St. Edmond as Heldorfer dribbles out of bounds. Wolverines once again doing a great job using that sideline as a defender. And Heldorfer never found anyone to pass the ball to. St. Edmond having some turnover issues of their own, turning it over 21.8 times per game. Tied for 6th out of 8 teams in the North Central Conference. Schmidt has the ball right side for the Wolverines. She'll bring it left off the dribble. She'll stop, and she'll get it to Dickey. Dickey heads right. Ball got knocked out of her hands by Underberg, but Montag able to save the possession for West Bend-Mallard as she wrestles the ball away. Now it's Stalzer near side. Stalzer floats it up. Shot is blocked by Underberg, and then a lighter foul. Offensive rebound by Fair, and then the putback. And it was Fair fouled on the putback. Gales played pretty good defense there for most of the possession, but ultimately Tiffany Fair will head to the line, where she's shooting 71.7% so far this year. Fair first free throw up and bounces in. 17-8 Wolverines. Wolverines defeated St. Edmond last year in this matchup, 53-25. It was also in favor of the Wolverines, 45-33 the year before and 45-27 back in 2021. As the second free throw down the drain as well, and it's 18-8 Wolverines. Heldorfer gets it into the center to Palmer. Palmer's heading towards the sideline again, tries to bring it back into the center as she splits 2 defenders, and this time St. Edmond breaks the press. Abby Huss, the freshman, into the ballgame, gives the ball to Palmer. Palmer's down the lane, right-handed floater, no good. Offensive board, Underberg, her putback, no good, but a foul. Wolverines pick that up, and Underberg is heading to the line for 2 shots. And that'll be important for St. Edmond as they try to go up against this full-court press. Wolverines have forced them to take it to the boundary a couple of times, and it's not easy to go into the middle of the court because that's where the Wolverines are going to put a lot of traffic. They're going to force you to dribble between 2 defenders and be crisp with your passes. That time, though, St. Edmond kept the ball away from the sidelines, avoided that being used as an extra defender, and got the ball across half court as Underberg rims out on the first free throw shot. Underberg this year just 3 of 6 at the charity stripe. Coming into tonight as she tees up the second foul shot. That one in and out as well as Montag grabs the rebound. Gets it out to Schmidt quickly. Up ahead to Fair. Fair right side. Looking into the lane. Nobody there yet. Now a bounce pass to Dickey. Dickey in the post. Tries to go up and under. Dickey right-handed shot. Hooks up. No good. And a rebound by Harvey. Harvey off and running. Ready-made fast break. Crossover knocked away by Schmidt. Picked back up by Harvey. Fights the shot up and got fouled. Oh, man. It was one-on-one in transition that time with Schmidt and Harvey. Harvey was approaching, tried to crossover dribble in front of her body. Schmidt actually knocked it away, but Harvey picked it right back up, got to the bucket. She'll get another foul on Schmidt, her second personal, and 2 free throws coming by Josie Harvey. 60% from the foul line this season for Harvey. St. Edmond is a team last, though, in the North Central Conference at 47.6% as the first free throw off the back of the cup and no good for the St. Edmond junior. Addie Montag comes back in. Claire Gerber to the bench for West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines lead by 10 with 4:48 left in quarter number 2. Harvey again from the foul line. lines it up and drills it. 18-9 as West Bend-Mallard doubles up St. Edmond right now. Schmidt, long pass up ahead towards the right corner to Fair, into the post to Montag off her fingertips. Ball pinballs away, and it's taken by Underberg for St. Edmond, but then it'll roll away out of bounds. Last touch by Underberg. Underberg had secured that turnover, but Wolverines were just able to knock it off her own body as it rolled out of bounds. Wolverines will stack up 4 on the right side of the paint. It's lobbed into Stalzer. Gets it into the corner to Schmidt. Eyed the bucket briefly. Top of the key now to Stalzer. Catch and shoot 3. Stalzer missed it left off glass. Clean up by Montag. Layup no good. Ball's deflecting out of bounds. It was last touched by the Wolverines. Couple good opportunities there. Open free from the top of the key for Stalzer, and then an offensive board for Kirsten Montag in a position where she's normally able to finish. Had a good angle on that one. Just couldn't knock it down. As the Gales will have Huss bring it across half court. Now it's Harvey. Harvey finds Underberg under the bucket. Layup no good. Oh, it was a perfect press break by St. Edmond, but they just missed the layup. Ball gets knocked away from the Wolverines, though, and St. Edmond forces a turnover. They have the ball right side. It's Huss driving in. Huss takes it into Montag. Blocked again by Addie Montag. Second block of the night for the West Bend-Mallard sophomore. Stalzer into the forecourt. She'll head left around the perimeter and hand the ball off to Fair. Knocked away by Harvey. Harvey trying to peel it off the hardwood, and you've got a jump ball. That was a great job by Tiffany Fair that time. She covered that ball up like a football player, covering up a fumble. Used that left arm to bar off Harvey and not let her reach in there and rip the ball out. Ultimately, a jump ball. Good result there for West Bend-Mallard as the Wolverines will keep it. Harvey trying to face guard Fair. Fair takes the pass, deals towards Montag in the short corner. Now it's Addie Montag, high post, down to Fair in the baseline, out to Kirsten Montag. Pump fakes, gets it left. It's Welter, now to the right side to Fair. Catch and shoot 3, left it a little bit short. Rebound is trying to be ripped away by Kirsten Montag and a foul. That one's going against the West Bend-Mallard senior as Montag was scrapping down there of Haldorfer. Even though that possession didn't result in any points, if you're Coach Fair, that's going to be possession you show your team and say, that is how we have to move the basketball. Crisp passes, less than a second of each player, and you got a good look for 3 off in that possession. Just didn't knock it down, but that is a good possession for the Wolverines, ball movement-wise. Montag of the knockaway near half court, and the Wolverines steal it, but then it's knocked out of Welter's hands, and St. Edmond steals it right back. This game has been sloppy so far in the first half. The teams have traded turnovers. Going inside is Harvey, and an offensive foul. Harvey trying to bury the shoulder that time, driving her way into the lane, but West Bend-Mallard put up a brick wall in there and denied Harvey, so that'll be the second personal foul on Josie Harvey as Huss checks out and Larson checks back in for St. Edmond. 18-9 West Bend-Mallard, 3:36 on the clock in quarter number 2. Wolverines have already exceeded last season's win total of 7. They came into tonight at 8-6 as Fair dribbles near the right corner, picks up her dribble, bounces it into the lane to Montag. Montag got great position that time and laid it in. A taller Montag over the top of the shorter Haldorfer, and it's 20-9 West Bend-Mallard. Those deep post touches for Kirsten Montag, definitely an asset offensively as well for the Wolverines as Palmer passes away from 2 players. Schlenz in the backcourt battling with Montag, and it's a tie-up. Addie Montag and Sophia Schlenz. And the possession arrow is towards St. Edmond. Gales are just really having trouble navigating that full court press. They're making a concerted effort to keep the ball in the center of the court in between the volleyball lines now, but that pass from the backcourt into the forecourt has caused some issues as Montag blocks another shot, but the putback is up and good for St. Edmond's Harvey. Montag blocked it right back into Harvey's hands, and she followed it up quickly to make it 20-11. Addie Montag already had 3 blocks tonight for the Wolverines here in the first half. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout by Coach Fair for the Wolverines. This time he wants a 60-second timeout, so we will take that timeout with West Bend-Mallard as well. At the 2:44 mark of quarter number 2, it's West Bend-Mallard 20 and St. Edmond 11 on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
West Bend-Mallard leading St. Edmond 20-11 on the road. As we're at the 2:44 mark of quarter number 2, coming out of the West Bend-Mallard timeout. Wolverines trying to snap what is a 3-game losing streak right now. Fair into the backcourt, brings it across the timeline as the Wolverines head from right to left on the radio dial. Fair finds Addie Montag in the high post, looks underneath for Kirsten Montag, posting up in the lane against Schlenz. Back to Addie Montag, right side block. Ball rotates around the perimeter, it's thrown into the backcourt though, and the Wolverines are going to get an over and back violation on this. Again, right idea, but just passed a little bit off target for the Wolverines. They went for the high-low action, try to put the two Montags into that, and Kirsten Montag really physically got great position in the center of the paint that time. And they tried to go inside out to rotate the ball around the perimeter and see if a three-pointer would open up. But that was when the ball got thrown into the backcourt for another turnover. Turnover is the number one storyline tonight, really on both sides, as these teams have trouble hanging onto the ball and getting shots off. As Montag jumps in front of a pass intended for Underberg in the paint, and that'll prove the point right there. Another turnover is created by West Bend-Mallard's defense. On the left side, it's Gerber. Gerber looking into Kirsten Montag. She catches the pass, gets it back out to Gerber. West Bend-Mallard had her in a sandwich that time. One player in front, one player in back. Gerber deep on the right wing, holds the ball for the Wolverines. Waits for Fair to come out and get it in between the circles. Fair to Kirsten Montag in the high post. Deals into the corner to Stalzer. 10 on the shot clock. Now it's Schmidt, just to the left of center. Schmidt dribbles towards the right. Schmidt with 5 seconds. Schmidt had it peeled away. It's knocked out of bounds. Schmidt tries to save it, and she touched it last. That was great defense by the freshman Chloe Palmer, pursuing Schmidt all the way across the court, and the Wolverines never got a good look in that possession to get a shot off. Final 1:44 of the first half. Wolverines up 20-11 over the Gales. And they continue with their zone full court press, this time going 1-3-1 against St. Edmond, trying to adjust. And the ball's thrown right to Fair. Fair forces an interception, and she'll pull the ball out and let West Bend-Mallard get back down on offense. Stalzer left wing, Stalzer across the foul line, tries to pass outside as she was looking for Gerber, knocked away by a couple of white jerseys though, as Larson went crashing to the ground and St. Edmond has the ball. Palmer into the front court, works on the right wing. Rotates it around to Huss, now onto the left side to Henning. Kaylee Henning, the senior who just checked in. Now it's Palmer barreling inside. Shot blocked by Kirsten Montag this time as Palmer got it back along the baseline. Brings it back out. Now a shot from the edge of the paint. That one is short. Ball's near the baseline. And Larson tries to throw it in, and she throws it right to a couple of black jerseys. Wolverines have the ball right now. Down on the left side, it's Gerber. Gerber to Montag in the post, backing her way in, takes a power dribble, puts it up, draws the foul, and it almost went down. Nearly a chance for a three-point play by Kirsten Montag, and she will shoot two. Kirsten Montag is quickly becoming a problem for West Bend-Mallard. She's really aggressively looking for those post-ups here in the second quarter. And that time, really just backed a defender all the way in. It was Underberg trying to keep her out of the paint, but Montag got great inside position. Took the power dribble, although didn't really cleanly take it. It looked like she didn't have a great handle on the ball. She went up with that one, and that may have made the difference between a three-point play and these two free throws, as the first free throw goes down for Montag. 21-11 Wolverines, and now 22-11 as Montag perfect there at the free throw line. Wolverines guarding in the full court press. Henning brings it across half court. Henning heading right to the paint. Henning wants to take it in. Henning pump fakes out Montag to jump. Her layup is way off though to the left, and the rebound by Abby Schmidt for West Bend-Mallard. They try to trap Schmidt. Wolverines get it away. They get it across half court. It's 3-on-2. Down to Kirsten Montag. Makes the catch. She gets swarmed. Pivots left, and she traveled. St. Edmond recovered on defense, and the Wolverines were just not crisp enough with their passes that time. It forced Montag to adjust a little bit to make the catch there, and that adjustment, that extra half second, let 3 white jerseys catch up and swarm her. And that's what your Montag, too. She was looking to go up with that one. You look for the kick out somewhere. You know someone's going to be open for West Bend-Mallard if you've got 3 white jerseys on you, and the kick out has to be available. 22-11 as West Bend-Mallard leads. Huss drives in, and she'll draw the foul against Montag. Huss didn't hesitate that time. Took it right to the cup, and with 27 seconds left in the first half, Abby Huss will head to the charity stripe. The freshman shooting just under 43% from the foul line so far this season. First free throw up, and that one misses off to the right, no good. And that is foul number 3 against Kirsten Montag. So if you're St. Edmond, you're going to start the second half and see if you can go at Montag and force her to pick up number 4 quickly and get out of the game, because that could be the number 1 way for St. Edmond to get back into the ball game. Force Kirsten Montag to spend some time on the bench. Second free throw down the drain as well, and it's 22-12. West Bend-Mallard leading St. Edmond by 10. Stalzer across half court, finds Gerber, takes one dribble and holds it on the wing. Pass back up to Fair, and she got pushed. Push going to be called against Anna Larson. And if 19.3 seconds left, West Bend-Mallard will keep the basketball. In fact, that may have been the 5th foul on St. Edmond, and it was. So that is going to send Fair to the charity stripe. So 22-11 West Bend-Mallard. Free throw on the way, and that one perfect for Fair. 23-12 now Wolverines. Tiffany Fair making a big scoring improvement this year. Averaged under 5 points per game last year for West Bend-Mallard. Up over 10.5 this year. She knocks down both free throws, and it's 24-12 Wolverines. St. Edmunds brings Schlenz back to the ballgame and sends Larson to the bench. Larson picked up her second personal foul on that last one. As the Wolverines set the full court press, 19.3 seconds left in the first half. Palmer gets it centered to Schlenz. Now near side, it's Huss. Huss right beneath us, tiptoes the sideline. Huss got to pass the full court press. They let her through. Huss taking it in. Addie Montag blocks another shot. St. Edmund keeps it though. In the short corner, it's Palmer. Arcs up a jumper, no good. Addie Montag box out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the Wolverines are not going to get this shot off. The heat from half court, no good anyways, and that will bring an end to the first half. It is 24-12 as West Bend-Mallard leads St. Edmund. We step aside right now for a timeout and come back with halftime coverage next on KLGA 92.7 and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kossuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folt, and Michael Toth.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's Microwavable Meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
Time at St. Edmond High School as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines lead the St. Edmond Gales 24-12 here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Video streaming on the YouTube channel brought to you in part by PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona Municipal Utilities, where they are community-owned for community benefit. Again, right now the score 24-12 in favor of West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines outscored the Gales 13-5 during the first quarter and outscored them 11-7 in the second quarter to take this 24-12 lead into halftime. And really, the story of this game so far, turnovers on both sides. Both teams are having trouble executing their offense, and for different reasons, but the same reason is that the turnovers are happening, but the turnovers happening for a different reason. On the St. Edmond side of things, they're just having a lot of trouble getting the basketball across the full court press of West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines, especially early in the game, did a really nice job of forcing St. Edmond to the sidelines. They really put them in some tough positions, used that sideline as an extra defender, made it hard for St. Edmond to get the ball across half court. Even when St. Edmond adjusted, tried to keep the ball in between the volleyball lines to break the full court press, Wolverines did a nice job forcing St. Edmond ball handlers to try to split two defenders, make a read, make a good pass very quickly to get it across half court. So the full court press of West Bend-Mallard is giving the St. Edmond team some issues. And St. Edmond, once they get it across half court, the times where they have broken the press, they're really staying sped up on offense. You know, it's an art when you break the full court press. You break it and then you try to settle into your offense and run your half-court offense. But St. Edmond, they're still staying a little bit too sped up and a little bit out of control once they get on offense after you get across half-court, and that has resulted in a few turnovers as well. Meanwhile, on the West Bend-Mallard side, they're getting the ball across half-court just fine. St. Edmond, not a team that's going to put on a lot of pressure in the backcourt. The Wolverines just have not been particularly crisp with their passes so far tonight. They've missed a few scoring opportunities just with passes being off target. They had a backcourt violation early in the game where the ball got thrown into the backcourt, and just they're making their ball catchers adjust a little bit too much to catch the passes, as Montag in the post a couple of times has had to adjust just with passes being a little bit off target, and that's let the St. Edmond defense catch up when it's been a step behind. So Wolverines have to be a little more crisp with their passes, and then just the finishing as well. Wolverines have gotten some opportunities inside on putbacks where they just haven't been able to hit it clean off the glass and get the follow. They've had a couple open free pointers that they've missed, and that was a trend going back to Tuesday night against South Central Calhoun. Just a tough shooting night for the Wolverines, and still not a great shooting night tonight against St. Edmond, but enough defense to have them up at 24-12 at the halftime. One of the other interesting things in the first half, St. Edmond, really not a lot of outside shooting so far. They're trying to take the ball into a crowded painted area. Addie Montag with 3 blocks in the first half for the Wolverines. Kirsten Montag has had a block as well. And when the Wolverines aren't fouling the Gales, there's really not a lot of breathing room in that paint. Wolverines pretty much said, sure, you know, you can kick it out and try to take a three-pointer, but we're going to pack the paint, make it really crowded in there, and it's going to be hard for your ball handlers to drive in off the dribble and get to the rack. So Wolverines doing a nice job defending the painted area so far tonight. Offensively for West Bend-Mallard as well, they've done a good job, especially as the second quarter went on, getting Kirsten Montag some more opportunities in the post, and that should continue in the second half, although, of note, Montag does have 3 personal fouls, so St. Edmond will try to get her to pick up that 4th quickly, see if they can send Kirsten Montag, West Bend-Mallard's leading scorer, to the bench and get her in foul trouble, so that'll be something to watch for as we begin the second half as well. Again, the score right now, West Bend-Mallard 24 and St. Edmond 12, as we will take another timeout, bring you the second half in about 5 minutes, right here on Hometown Radio, KLGA Algona, and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beich, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toll.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast. We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at moneypass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmer State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Now getting ready for the start of the second half here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube stream. A little bit of an extended halftime there. Some of the younger children in the St. Edmond School District having a performance on the floor, but we will take it here, and the crowd will take it for some halftime entertainment, as right now starting the second half, it's Wolverines 24 and Gales 12. The Wolverines in the first half, and really the Gales as well, really struggled on the turnover side of things, but Wolverines played a really stifling defense, kept St. Edmond from getting the ball inside effectively, and a lot of St. Edmond's points so far in this game coming on free throws of West Bend-Mallard fouls. So Wolverines, they'll start the second half with the basketball. They will head from left to right on the radio dial, wearing the black uniforms. Wolverines will have Schmidt inbounding, Fair trying to shake loose, being face guarded by Lurson as they get it into Fair, and we are rolling here in the second half. West Bend-Mallard up 24-12. Montag goes left corner to Stalzer, dribbles around the perimeter and goes in between the circles to Schmidt. Schmidt towards the right side. The West Bend-Mallard senior turns around and picks up a dribble as Palmer jumps in her face. Addie Montag feeding Kirsten Montag in the post, looking back outside onto the right wing to Fair. Fair into the lane. Fair takes the left side, scoops the layup, and draws a foul. Fair took it right down Main Street that time, and St. Edmond picks up their first foul of the second half. As the foul is going to go against Harvey for the Gales. That is the third personal on Harvey. Really good defender for St. Edmond, one of the more aggressive defenders. And that's gotten her 3 fouls. Kirsten Montag with 3 fouls as well on the West Bend-Mallard side of things, as Fair cues up with the first free throw and knocks it down. 25-12 Wolverines here in the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium. I say this every time a local team plays here at St. Edmond, but heavily influenced by the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. There's a play like a champion sign on the outer side of the gymnasium as the free throw is down by Tiffany Fair. So obviously somewhere along the line, someone associated with St. Edmond was a big Irish fan, because those play like a champion signs are prominent here in the gymnasium. A knockaway in the backcourt by the Wolverines. Schmidt right of the paint. Layup no good. Montag cleanup. Montag put back no good. Third opportunity. Montag sets it in. 28-12 Wolverines as Montag stays with the play. And West Bend-Mallard off to a good start. 4-0 here in the second half. They steal it in the backcourt. They get it up to Schmidt. Schmidt right side. Layup up and good. 30-12 Wolverines. West Bend-Mallard turning defense into offense. And a timeout by head coach C.J. Tracy and the St. Edmond Gales. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We'll take it with Coach Tracy on 92.7 KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
At Security State Bank, we focus on the needs of local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank. Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do?
West Bend-Mallard on a 6-0 scoring push to open up the second half. Wolverines turning defense into offense, and the St. Edmond Gales now trying to respond. We're at the 7-12 mark of quarter number 3. The Gales just took a timeout, and they will now try to deal with the West Bend-Mallard full court press that's given them issues so far tonight. Larson, far side of the court, holding the ball, now taking a couple dribbles and getting it back into the center to Palmer. Wolverines run 2 defenders at her, and Palmer flings it up ahead, finding Heldorfer. Now back to Palmer as St. Edmond breaks the full court press. 30-12 Wolverines. It's a pass towards the left wing to Lighting. Now back up to the top of the key to Heldorfer. Looking inside, then rotates it around left to Lighting. Back towards the top of the key to Larson. Larson flings it left to Lighting as the two go back and forth. Top of the key, Palmer, and a 3-second call against St. Edmond. Gales were hanging out in the lane that time as they will turn the basketball over back to West Bend-Mallard. Gales just having a tough time getting open. Wolverines pretty much strictly a 2-3 zone team on defense, but the Gales haven't gotten the looks they've liked so far in this game. Stalzer at the foul line, ball got knocked away from her into the pocket of Montag. Montag right down Main Street, got to the rack and scored it. The seas parted for Kirsten Montag, and it's 32-12 West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines have opened it up big time here to start the third quarter. Palmer far side of the court, forced the boundary, and a foul by West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines have tried that a couple times so far today, and a little bit of a Bronx cheer from the St. Edmund side. I'll tell you what, folks, right before halftime, Coach Tracy, he stayed on the floor longer than the rest of his team. He took a long look at the officials. I do think a couple of times he felt that West Bend-Mallard found St. Edmund during that full court press. There's a little bit of a staring contest going on right before halftime, so a little bit of a Bronx cheer from the St. Edmund bench after that last foul. Larson in between a couple defenders, heads down the lane, layup blocked by Montag, but a late foul. Foul against Addie Montag, and Larson is heading to the stripe for 2 shots. And the Bronx cheers start up again. Larson, just a sophomore, but leading St. Edmund in rebounds at 7.9 per game. She's also scoring 5.9 points per game. In fact, she's number 4 in the North Central Conference in rebounds as the free throw up by Larson as she puts it down. That'll be St. Edmund's first point of the second half. And the score now 32-13. Wolverines had that 8-0 scoring push to start the beginning of this third quarter. Second free throw misses towards the near side. Deflection picked up by Stalzer between 3 defenders. She falls down, kept her dribble and got off to Montag. Montag throws it over the head of Addie Montag, but Schmidt there to back it up, and the Wolverines have the ball in the front court. 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 3 as Fair dribbles the ball up near half court. Fair heads right side. Fair driving it in. Flips it into the lane to Kirsten Montag. Her layup spins and doesn't go down. Rebound for Addie Montag. Ball pops in the air, and St. Edmund takes it away. Vanna Larson. Larson runs the near sideline. Flings it up ahead to Palmer. Palmer driving in baseline. Spinning center of the paint. Flings the shot up and puts it down. Great spin move by the freshman Chloe Palmer. And that'll make it 34-15. Schmidt quickly back the other way. The energy is picked up. Montag in the post. Back outside to Schmidt. 5:34 on the clock. Towards the cutting Fair. Fair keeps her dribble and gets it out to Schmidt on the right wing at the 5:29 mark. Into the lane, Montag. Montag right-handed layup, and she got fouled. Kirsten Montag is heading to the charity stripe for 2 shots, and it comes at the 5:26 mark of quarter number 3. Well, it's obvious Coach Fair told his team have some energy coming out of halftime because the Wolverines have brought some energy here in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. Kirsten Montag, a 78.7% free throw shooter. That's number 4 in the Twin Lakes Conference, as she'll take a couple of shots here. Montag, first free throw, rattles into the cup. 35-15 West Bend-Mallard. They have it at 35-13 on the scoreboard, but the St. Edmund scoreboard operator, I think, missed a Gale bucket there. Should be 35-15, and now 36-15 as Montag knocks down the free throw. So Wolverines in the lead over the Gales right now. Palmer brings it up the far sideline. Palmer right side, beyond the perimeter. She's guarded right now by Stalzer. Bounce pass goes to Lighting. Lighting starts to drive and gets turned back out. Got it to Larson. Back into Lighting in the post. Works over Addie Montag. Shot misses left. Montag staying vertical. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will go back to West Bend-Mallard. All right, scoreboard operator just caught up, 36-15. I think someone in the St. Edmund crowd gently reminded him to put those other 2 points on the scoreboard. As Fair collects the ball in the backcourt, St. Edmund guarding the Wolverines all the way up the court as Stalzer has the ball, top of the key. Bounce pass right wing to Fair. Fair sees an opening, heads down the lane, lost the basketball, tries to roll it back out and find Stalzer. Stalzer got tripped up, and a timeout by Coach Fair for the Wolverines trying to save that possession. 30-second timeout by West Bend-Mallard comes at the 4:54 mark, and the Wolverines up 36-15. Wolverines, though, playing a little bit cleaner to start the second half in spite of that last possession. They've done a nice job getting that ball inside, and it isn't even so much the post-up opportunities by Kirsten Montag, but it's the penetrations off the dribble. Wolverines are really using their guards to attack into the lane, and they've seen an opening on St. Edmund, or they've seen an opportunity for St. Edmund where the paint just kind of opens up wide open. Wolverines will sort of drift their bigs away from the lane, open up those driving lanes for the guards, and they've taken it to the cup so far in this third quarter and helped open up this lead to a 21-point margin that the Wolverines currently enjoy. So Wolverines up 36-15 here at the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium. Gales are actually going to be home 6 out of their last 8 games, including tonight. So a lot of home games here in Fort Dodge for St. Edmond. A lot of green in this gym, at least I think so anyways. Green and gold. Like we said earlier for Notre Dame, the Notre Dame Association is strong. That includes the uniforms, that includes the colors all around the gymnasium. Into Fair, eyes the bucket. She'll pass up the 3 and get it to Schmidt, left corner. Falling down is Palmer, an offensive foul. Schmidt used the off arm. She's been called for that a couple of times this season. And the Wolverines will turn it over off the offensive foul by Schmidt. That'll be personal foul number 3 on the West Bend-Mallard senior. She was trying to open up a 3-point opportunity there because she loves to take the threes. A 25% 3-point shooter who takes about 6.3 threes per game. The most in the Twin Lakes Conference. Palmer will bring it across the timeline. Wolverines will just get back and play their half-court defense here as Palmer, with 4:40 on the clock, gets it left to Schlenz. Edge of the paint to Underberg. Underberg near side, works her way into the center of the lane, shoots over Montag, missed it off to the right side. Rebound picked up by Larson, though. Offensive board for St. Edmond. Gales, the #1 rebounding team in the North Central Conference at 35.7 rebounds per game, including 14 offensive boards per game. Has a 3-point ball from the top of the arc, misses left. It's an air ball by Palmer. It's out of bounds. And Palmer signals to the officials and says, "I was hit on the arm." I don't think any of the officials saw that, but Palmer emphatically says, "I did not airball that of my own accord." St. Edmond now trying to full court press against West Bend-Mallard. Montag has the ball, darts up the court, and gets it ahead to Schmidt as the Wolverines break the full court press rapidly. Fair near half court now. Fair driving down the lane. Fair open in the corner to Montag. Lets it rip for free. Addie Montag left it short, though, and the rebound by St. Edmond. That's Addie Montag's first 3-point attempt of the season as, oh man, big trip there. Going down is Anna Lurson as she bumped into Schmidt. Looked like some knee-to-knee contact there, but both players are all right as their legs got tangled up. Larson was trying to angle her way right across the foul line. Wolverines will go to the bench. Welter and Gerber coming into the ball game as Addie Montag heads to the Pine. And the Wolverines will also bring Schmidt to the Pine as well as a 30-second timeout is called at the 4:02 mark of quarter number 3. While this timeout is taken, big thank you to our video streaming sponsors presenting the YouTube channel. They include PMC Advantage Insurance Services, Algona Frame and Auto Body, Chemna Auto Center, Iowa State Bank, Bauer Plumbing and Heating, and Algona Municipal Utilities. Our scoreboard brought to you by Greg Penning and Company, Certified Public Accountants. Right now, West Bend-Mallard 34 and St. Edmond 15. Wolverines have outscored the Gales 10-3 so far to start off this third quarter. It was an 8-0 run to begin the quarter by West Bend-Mallard. But Wolverines trying to come out on the road and snap this 3-game losing streak because it'll be a tough competition tomorrow night. The Wolverines are going to face Emmitsburg for the second time this season. Wolverines did defeat Emmitsburg earlier this year, 44-42, which is actually their first win against the E-Hawks since 2013, snapping a 15-game losing streak. So that'll be tomorrow night for West Bend-Mallard. But right now, trying to finish off the Gales here in the third quarter. Nice inbounds play, though, by St. Edmond, and Anna Larson gets open for a layup. Good use of the timeout, 34-17. By the way, Abby Schmidt picked up her 4th personal foul for West Bend-Mallard, so that is why she's on the bench right now. Wolverines have Montag at 3 fouls and Schmidt at 4, and then a jump ball on the near side of the court. St. Edmond trying to turn up the energy defensively after the timeout as the possession arrow is towards the Gales. 34-17, the advantage right now for West Bend-Mallard. Final 3:45 of the third quarter. It'll be Palmer bringing the ball across half court. The St. Edmond freshman dribbles with the right hand and has the ball right side. Gets the screen from Larson. Larson rolls off the screen and gets the ball. Larson center of the paint, scoops from a wild layup and got the foul. Larson got bailed out that time, which will head to the line for 2 shots as Addie Montag, or make that clear, Gerber appeared to be the guilty party as Addie Montag had just checked out in place of Gerber. So Gerber picks up her first personal and Larson is going to be shooting 2. Larson has struggled with the foul line this season, under 40% from the charity stripe. Spins the first one up with the left hand and misses off the back of the iron as the score stays 34-17. Gales will go to the bench and bring in Abby Huss. She'll substitute for Sylvia Heldorfer, as that is a freshman for senior substitution. Wolverines will send Lexi Welter down to one of the low blocks to rebound. They're bringing Kirsten Montag out towards half court, not because she's not a good rebounder, but because the Wolverines don't want her getting in any sort of foul trouble, as the free throw is good. That'll be a split of the pair, and that'll make it 34-18 as the Wolverines lead the Gales. Stalzer brings the ball across half court, gets it to the stumbling Fair on the right wing. Fair almost blew a tire there. She gets it into the lane to Montag. Montag pivots. Montag faces the bucket. Jumper's up and good. 10-footer by Kirsten Montag, and it's 36-18. Wolverines doubling up the Gales here in the third quarter. Across half court, it's Larson pulling up at the top of the key. Gerber has a hand in the face of Larson, who unloads the ball left side. Huss left of the paint with the dribble, pivoting around, almost traveled there. She throws it almost away. Stalzer had the knock away, and then Stalzer reaches in and fouls Huss. Stalzer knocked the pass back to Huss, then went over to Huss and tried to peel the ball out again after that knock away. And that second effort by Stalzer is going to be what gets called for the foul, her third personal. And that is foul number 5 against the Wolverines, so St. Edmond is in the bonus for the final 3:03 of this third quarter. And if you're the Gales, you're trying to think, get this down to a 10, 11-point game by the end of this quarter. Just eat into this deficit a little bit while you have the bonus on your side. St. Edmond has only committed 2 team fouls, so West Bend-Mallard nowhere near getting in the bonus, but St. Edmond, they're going to be shooting for the rest of the quarter. First free throw, though, no good for Huss. As we mentioned, Gales last in the North Central in free throw shooting, so that has been an issue for them to try to work on. Free throw on the way. That one rattles into the cup. 36-19 as the Wolverines lead the Gales. Fair gets it center of the court to Welter, who gives right back to Fair. St. Edmond will back off and let the Wolverines get it across half court. Welter sets the screen for Fair. Bullets it underneath to Stalzer. The knock away by Lighting, who cut in front and swatted that ball out of bounds, denying the pass low into the paint for the Wolverines. West Bend-Mallard will stack up 4 players on the left side of the paint. Welter is going to be the inbounder. Welter looks. Welter holding it. Welter running out of time. Just about hands it off to Fair, who is coming all the way to the baseline to try to bail Welter out, pretty much at the 4-second count of that 5-second clock. Bounce pass towards Welter. Welter driving in, floater from the foul line, left it a little bit short. Rebound in the lane, ripped away by Underberg for St. Edmond. Gets it out to Lighting. Lighting right side, flings it towards the lane and sails it over everybody. That was over the head of Larson. And there probably needed to be about 2 Anna Larsons on top of each other for that pass, as Lighting got a bit excited there and a little too much momentum in transition. Gales turn the ball over, now with a full court press. They'll try to face guard the West Bend-Mallard guards as Montag inbounds the ball to Fair. It's off her fingertips. Huss has the steal. She's in the corner. Wolverines try to trap her, but she'll pass away from the trap to Lighting, and St. Edmond steals the possession away from West Bend-Mallard. Near half court, it's Palmer. Palmer backs up towards the logo and flings it right side to Lighting. Lighting into the post. The knock away by Gerber, but the foul. Gerber tried to reach around Underberg that time, and too much contact for the officials' liking, as this will once again send St. Edmond to the foul line. Foul number 2 against Claire Gerber. And scoring if the clock stopped. That is how St. Edmond can get back into the ball game. That'll send Underberg to the charity stripe. Underberg came into tonight just 3 of 6 at the foul line, but this is her second trip to the foul line of the night, as she split the first time and knocks this one down 36-20 as the Wolverines lead the Gales. Dickey comes into the ball game as Montag heads to the bench. So Niner Montag in right now for West Bend-Mallard. Free throw up, free throw short, and rebound by Gerber. Gerber trying to pivot away from Huss, and that'll be a foul on Huss. Huss was trying to make it a little harder for West Bend-Mallard to get it across half court, but she'll get called for her second personal foul, and the third on the Gales of this quarter. Wolverines will get to inbound it again with Welter from the right side baseline. Welter looks and bullets the pass into Stalzer. Stalzer keeps it in between the center of the court, in between the volleyball lines as she crosses half court and gets it off to Fair. Fair dribbles towards the left, Lighting pokes the ball, and Fair unloads it over to Welter. Welter heading right, gives it off to Gerber, just to the right of center. Gerber looking in, into the right corner to Welter. Pump fakes, works the baseline, ball peeled away by Palmer. It went into the hands of Dickey, who got it back out to Welter. Welter now trapped in the right corner. Welter trying to throw it to a teammate, and a 5-second call here against West Bend-Mallard. Welter had that in the corner for a while. 5 seconds closely guarded, so St. Edmond forcing the turnover. This has been good for St. Edmond in the second half. They brought the full court press on a little bit, and then they've tried to trap the Wolverine ball handlers whenever the Wolverine ball handlers have gone into the corner, try to turn up the pressure and force even more turnovers. So a good strategy by Coach Tracy and the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. And now a turnover on the St. Edmond side of things as the Wolverines will force a turnover of their own. Across that court, it's Stalzer, sees an opening, drives in right side, and she draws the blocking foul. 1:36 on the clock. They may be saying that one was before the shot, though. And they are, so not in the act of shooting. Foul is against Underberg, though. She was trying to shift in front of Stalzer and draw the charge, and it was kind of a hip bump there by Underberg, who picks up her second personal. 4th team foul on St. Edmond. Ball into Fair on the right wing for West Bend-Mallard. Gets it left to Welter, now flings it right side again to Gerber. Gerber looks in, takes one dribble and picks it up, looking into the lane. West Bend-Mallard can't find anything open in the lane, though. Working the baseline now. Fair floater, no good. Cleaned up by Gerber, and it's taken right out of her hands by Underberg. Gerber couldn't even get the follow-up because Underberg made a great defensive play that time. Gales up ahead quickly. Palmer to the top of the arc. She'll find Huss. Huss dribbles towards the right, working it against Stalzer. Gerber helped defense. Hess left the ball behind. Huss trying to find space in the paint, and it's a jump ball. Wolverines had her trapped that time nicely. It was Gerber on one side, and it was Dickey on the other side for the Wolverines. And Dickey ended up reaching in there and forcing the jump ball. And Coach Tracy's going to campaign for a foul on the St. Edmond bench right now, but Wolverines are just good defense on that possession, leading it by 16. 1:06 on the clock, ball's inbounded to Fair, and Fair will be fouled in the backcourt. Boy, there are some unhappy Gales on the bench right now. That foul call elicited a couple of players to jump off the bench and hold their heads after that one, and now both teams are in the bonus. So the Wolverines will trek back down to their side of the court and shoot 2 free throws of Fair. 36-20, West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond has been trying to creep their way back into the ball game. As the free throw's up, and it's no good. St. Edmond scoring 8 of the last 12 points after the Wolverines started the quarter on an 8-0 run. So momentary delay here as second free throw on the way for Fair. Right now, 3 personal fouls on Anna Larson, who's the guilty party on the last one. The second one rattles around and drops through. It came halfway out, but it ends up dropping and makes it 37-20 West Bend-Mallard. Palmer handles the rock for the Gales, right side of the court. The screen is set by Larson as Palmer flings it near side to Lighting. Lighting underhands it back to Palmer, around the perimeter left side to Huss. Foul line again to Palmer, who brings it back out beyond the arc. Another screen by Larson. Palmer doesn't use it. Sidesteps into a triple instead. Missed it, no good, but the rebound by Lighting, and Lighting brings it back outside for a fresh 35 for St. Edmond. Now Palmer trying to split past a couple defenders, and she got tripped by Stalzer for the foul. That's those second chance opportunities for St. Edmond. When the Gales are successful, they are getting some second chance opportunities. Number 1 in the North Central Conference with 14.2 offensive rebounds per game. In fact, St. Edmond, they offensive rebound 38.6% of their missed shots. That is number 1 in the North Central Conference. As the first free throw on the way, and Palmer swishes it, make it 37-21. Second place is Clear Lake, who rebounds 38% of their missed shots. Lowest is Humboldt at 26.3%. But that stat just kind of gives an idea of which teams focus more on crashing the glass. A team like St. Edmond, who kind of brings in all 5 players to try to rebound, and they worry a little less about getting back on defense, whereas Humboldt, a team like them that doesn't get as many offensive rebounds, they'll kind of concede the rebound, but they'll get back quickly on defense and not let you get out and run against them. As St. Edmond rebounds the missed free throw. That was a great hustle play by Larson, diving along the perimeter to save it in. Huss right side, goes right into the body of Gerber and draws the foul. Boy, Huss looked to have initiated the contact that time. Gerber was kind of planted there on the right elbow, and Huss just took it right at her, but the foul committed against Gerber. That is her 3rd personal. And 2 more free throws coming for St. Edmond as that free throw is up, and it's good by Huss, 37-22. But if you're the Gales, you're trying to make things happen, you know you're in the bonus. And any foul by the Wolverines will result in 2 free throws. And we have I believe a wet spot on the core that's being indicated by one of the St. Edmond players down on the right side. As Heldorfer is putting her hand on the floor, and the officials are trying to dry it off with a shoe. Must not be getting any towels available in the gymnasium tonight, because now Coach Tracy's coming onto the floor, and he's working on that spot as well. So the spot is dry to the officials and to the coach's liking. Second free throw on the way, and that one goes into the cup. 37-23. West Bend-Mallard leading St. Edmond right now by 14 points. 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Up ahead to Dickey. Dickey sees an opening, takes it inside, and draws the foul. Good job by the Wolverines in transition, getting that pass up ahead quickly to Dickey, who was back down the court. St. Edmond was not back on time on defense. They saw the open Dickey. Gales couldn't recover in time, and 2 more free throws coming for the Wolverines. As this is going to start turning into a free throw fest here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Dickey no good on the first foul shot. Came into today 3 of 6 at the charity stripe. 28 seconds left in the 3rd. Dickey free throw, and that one rattles into the drain to make it 38-23. Wolverines leading the Gales with 27 seconds left in the 3rd. It's Palmer bringing it across half court. The freshman Palmer working hard tonight, bounces the pass near side to Heldorfer. Now a right side jumper is up, and it's good by Lighting. Knocks it down for St. Edmond to make it 38-25. That shot coming from the elbow is now Welter. Fires it up ahead to Dickey. Tries to make a one-handed catch. It goes out of bounds, though, as Dickey couldn't hang on to it. That would have been a tough catch because Dickey had to reach behind her back shoulder to get that one. That pass came up a little short of the running Dickey moving in transition. And now St. Edmond with a bucket here. Get it to manageable deficit by the end of the third quarter. 5 seconds. Palmer brings it across half court to 4 seconds. Flings it right side to Huss. Releases on the three-pointer. Almost banked it in at the buzzer. Oh, that was a great look by Huss, but it didn't go down. And the score will be 38-25 as we hit the end of the third quarter. You are listening to high school basketball here on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Runke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Minutes of girls basketball action left here in Fort Dodge, Iowa, as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines lead the St. Edmond Gales 38-25. The Wolverines outscored the Gales 14-13 during that third quarter. However, St. Edmond had the advantage 13-5 after the Wolverines had started the quarter on an 8-0 run. So the Gales did a nice job of getting back into the ball game. And boy, they really wished that three-pointer at the end of the quarter by Abby Huss had gone down. Huss had a great look from three-point land, nearly banked it in, and that would have made it a 10-point game. In any case, though, St. Edmond had the ball moving left to right, make that right to left starting the fourth quarter. Shot from the lane, no good by Larson, and St. Edmond comes up empty on their first possession. Fair across half court, bounce pass towards the right side towards Gerber, now into the corner to Addie Montag, who is checked back in. Kirsten and Addie Montag both in the ball game right now, as is Abby Schmidt. The pass into the lane to Kirsten Montag results in a foul. Anna Larson that time getting called for that one, working against Kirsten Montag. So Larson on the push picks up, make that Harvey, I beg your pardon. That's Harvey on the push, picking up her fourth personal foul, and Harvey's going to have to sit right back down. Josie Harvey is really the spark plug for the St. Edmond team, and she had to sit for a lot of that third quarter foul trouble. Now she's going to have to sit for the first part of the fourth quarter, not what St. Edmond can afford. Schmidt releases a three-point ball, but she traveled from the corner. That ball rimmed down. Schmidt had a good look, but Wolverines will give it right back with a travel of their own. The storyline throughout the night, both teams, a lot of trouble hanging onto the ball in this ball game. Whichever team comes out on top of this one will probably not hang this game in the Louvre and use it as an example going forward of the best game, but it's one where you've got to grind through this night and find a way to win it here in the fourth quarter. Ball goes towards the right side to Heldorfer. Heldorfer guarded by Kirsten Montag, skips the pass across the lighting. Now ball in between the circles to Palmer. Bullet into the lane, Underberg. Hooks the shot up, blocked again by Montag. Addie Montag and Kirsten Montag both in there. St. Edmond tries to shovel the ball into play and save it, but it goes right to Addie Montag. If Addie gets credited for that one, that'll be 4 blocks for her so far tonight. Schmidt, wide open on the left wing, lets it fly, too strong on the free. Addie Montag had the rebound briefly. It's knocked out of her hands, though, and out of bounds as she touched it last. So St. Edmond dodges the bullet there. Schmidt had a wide open look from three-point land, just couldn't knock it down. You could feel Schmidt trying to heat it up, though. She's taken, well, one was not official because it was a travel, but she's taken a couple looks from three-point land to start the fourth quarter as Fair intercepts the pass, and then a foul whistle against St. Edmond. But you have a feeling that Schmidt's going to hit a big three at some point during this fourth quarter, and that is going to be foul number 4 against Larson. So Harvey on the bench with 4 fouls for St. Edmond. Larson is going to stay in for now with 4, as she'll face guard Fair on the full court press. She'll let Fair release as Fair collects the ball freely in the backcourt. Shadowed by Schlenz. Ball into the front court to Schmidt right side, into the post to Montag. Montag deep in the post, shot no good though, as Addie Montag can't knock it down. Underberg trying to hold the ground against the West Bend-Mallard sophomore. Top of the key, it's Larson. Comes left side as she'll find Schlenz. Schlenz on the wing, takes one dribble to the right. Bounce pass to Palmer in the high post. Palmer heads right. Down underneath to Underberg. A great steal by Underberg in the finish. Nice job by Underberg, sealing off the defender, and it's 38-27. Gills are in range right now. They're down by 11. Schmidt, left wing side, 3-point ball, no good. Deflected out, though, and rebounded by West Bend-Mallard as Tiffany Fair tracks it down. Back in the post, Kirsten Montag. She's double-teamed, pivots away, puts it in, and she got fouled. Kirsten Montag, a chance for a 3-point play. The double team came, but Kirsten Montag, that experienced senior, knew exactly where to pivot, got some space to get the shot off, and the foul is committed by St. Edmond's Sylvia Heldor for her second. 40-27 Wolverines, and a potentially big 3-point play by Kirsten Montag if she can knock down the free throw. Stalzer returns to the ball game as Wolverines will send Addie Montag to the bench. Kirsten Montag, free throw, no good. Rebound by Fair. Fair in the lane, falls down, and that'll be a travel. Wolverines nearly had a nice, we'll call it a 2-for-1 opportunity right there off the foul shot rebound, but instead the travel will give the ball back to St. Edmond. Lurson gets it into the center to Palmer, pumps towards the left, and now goes over to the right to Lurson. Lurson weaving back into the center of the dribble, comes all the way across the court to the near side, then crosses over and gets past Schmidt with some fancy dribbling. Now Palmer on the left wing. 5:37 left in the fourth. 40-27 West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond needing the bucket this possession. Time is going to become an issue very quickly for the Gales. Right side to Lighting. Lighting dribbles towards the corner. Gerber pokes the ball, and she'll get it off to Palmer. Bounce pass near side to Schlenz. Schlenz for St. Edmond. And a 3-second call against the Gales. I believe that was Underberg in the lane. Gales are just rotating that ball around the perimeter and trying to get something loose, but Underberg looking for position inside, never got out of the lane and gets called for the 3 seconds. Schmidt passes up ahead to Montag. Montag on the right wing. We'll get it out to Fair, top of the key. Fair drives in. Fair lost the basketball, but she got fouled. Fair got tripped up, and that'll be another foul on St. Edmond. They are picking them up rapidly here in the fourth quarter. Already 14 fouls by the Gales, as the Wolverines have not yet committed a foul during this fourth quarter. So West Bend-Mallard's going to be in the bonus and sitting pretty very quickly here with one more foul by St. Edmond. Stalzer almost had the ball knocked away by Lighting. Schmidt the quarter inside, and there's the 5th foul. At the 5:07 mark of the fourth quarter, West Bend-Mallard is in the bonus, and they're going to be shooting free throws for the rest of the game. Gerber once again got the good post-up position, and the foul committed by Underberg, her 3rd personal. And if you're St. Edmond, this is the part of the game where we're trying to balance aggressiveness with discipline, and they've crossed over that line, unfortunately, for the Gales. You want the aggressiveness because you're trying to erase the double-digit deficit, but at this point now, West Bend-Mallard, if they can make free throws, is going to find a way to ice this game. First free throw, no good for Gerber. I'll tell you what, though, the Wolverine post players have gotten good inside position tonight. Gerber a couple of times, of course, Kirsten Montag as always, and Addie Montag. Those post-ups on the low block are a key staple to the West Bend-Mallard offense for multiple players, not just Montag. As the ball goes near side to Palmer, 41-27 as the free throws are split. Now St. Edmond is going to have to go to work with 4:55 left. Lighting right side, bounce pass up top to Lurson. Lurson to the high post, finds Schlenz. Now over to the right to Lighting. Lighting long two. That jumper will bounce off the rim, go over the top of the backboard, and be out of bounds as the Wolverines will get it back. That outside shooting not great for St. Edmond. From the field, they're a 25.6% shooting team this year. That's number 8 out of 8 teams in the North Central. And 3-point shooting wise, just 22.7%. That's 7 of 8 teams. There's a steal. Larson got hit in the face, but she got it up ahead to Palmer anyways. Palmer in the lane, bounce pass towards the right side Lighting as Larson gets back into the play. Larson still squinting as she flings near side to Palmer. Catch and release 3. Off the heel, no good. Offensive board, Underberg, and Underberg got fouled. There's that St. Edmond rebounding again that they're known for. They haven't had a huge edge in rebounding so far tonight, but Underberg at that time with a key rebound for the Gales. Checking the ball game is going to be Harvey as Schlenz will go to the bench for St. Edmond. Harvey hit inbounder. Harvey looks. Harvey gets it into the right side, Lighting, releases on the 3, and missed it right, no good. Rebound is tracked down by Fair for West Bend-Mallard. Fair up ahead quickly to Stalzer, right in the paint. Stalzer took a wide angle. That shot was way off. It went behind the backboard as Stalzer was campaigning for a foul this time, and she won't get it as the Wolverines will give it back to the Gales. Gerber to the bench. Addie Montag coming back in for West Bend-Mallard. 4 fouls right now by Gerber for the Wolverines. Palmer will weave into the front court for St. Edmond as we're halfway through the fourth quarter. 41-27 Wolverines trying to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight and also win their 4th in a row against St. Edmond as these teams have played in the non-conference the past 3 years. Palmer free ball in and out, no good. Montag rebounds for West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond hardly took any threes in the first half, but now they're trying to hoist up some threes. Gales are starting to feel a little bit desperate here as we're under 4 minutes left. They know they need to score quickly as Schmidt has the top of the key. Wolverines having a deliberate possession so far. Right side, Addie Montag looks for the cutting Kirsten Montag. Montag off glass and scores it. Kirsten Montag making things happen in the second half. That Montag to Montag connection makes it 43-27. And now Kirsten Montag steals the pass in the backcourt, but she traveled. Couldn't keep that back foot as she adjusted herself while collecting that ball. So Wolverines will give it back to the Gales with that full court press on and off tonight for the Wolverines. As we've said, has caused some big-time issues. Palmer brings the ball across the timeline. 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. Near side, it's Larson. Gets it into the post to Underberg. Faces the bucket, shoots over Montag. Montag blocked it again. Ball went into the hands of Larson. Kicks it out, Palmer. Right wing three. Palmer rattles it in. St. Edmond needed that one, and it's 43-30. Gales trim their deficit down to 13 points. Addie Montag picked up another block, but St. Edmond stayed with that play as the Gales will call a 60-second timeout. We'll take that timeout as well with 3:06 left in the ball game. It's 43-30. West Bend-Mallard leading St. Edmond on KLGA 92.7 FM.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Just over 3 minutes left in quarter number 4 as West Bend-Mallard leads St. Edmond 43-30. St. Edmond with 2 timeouts left. Foul-wise, West Bend-Mallard is in the bonus, and they have been for a couple of minutes. 5 fouls on St. Edmond, so any fouls by the Gales are going to be sending the Wolverines to the free throw line for 2 shots. St. Edmond will start the resumption of play here by full court pressing the Wolverines. Schmidt will be the inbounder. She can run the baseline if she wants. She'll get it in cleanly to Fair. Fair getting into the front court, weaving back into the center of the court, and comes near side. Into the corner to Addie Montag with 3:01 left. Finding Kirsten Montag, gets to the center of the paint. Left-handed shot is up and good. Kirsten Montag facing the bucket and scoring to make it 45-30. And the Wolverines are running away here in the fourth quarter. Palmer between the circles for the Gales. She'll head left. Delivers the ball towards Harvey. Harvey into the post to Underberg. The knock away briefly, but Underberg gets it back outside to Palmer. Sidesteps into a tray. Arcs it up. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound is spiked to the ground, and Larson collects it. Kick out to Harvey. Harvey free ball, no good. Long deflection, and it's collected by Palmer. Palmer wants to drive baseline. Kirsten Montag cuts her off. Palmer rotates it around to Harvey on the right wing, now back to the corner to Palmer. Palmer into the post to Underberg. Underberg over Montag. Montag with another block. She got her hand on it. Ball deflects to the near side to Lighting, though, and St. Edmond has a 4th opportunity as the Wolverines just can't pick up the loose ball. St. Edmond is staying after it with 2:14 left. This has been about a 45-second possession, and it ends of a travel. A turnover by St. Edmond with 2:12 left in the ball game, and the Wolverines leading by 15. St. Edmond has done some good things offensively, rebounding-wise, and Gales are going to make a line change here and bring 5 players into the ball game. Halldorfer's going to check in, Huss as well. They're also going to bring in Braylon Reese for the first time tonight, as some of the reserves are getting some action. Schlen's back into the ball game as well for St. Edmond. So Gales have called off the Dogs here as Kaylee Henning also in. That'll be the 5 for the Gales. And a timeout by West Bend-Mallard, but this is just going to be a substitution timeout. Wolverines are going to say job well done to the regular players in the rotation. Oh, they will take a full timeout, so they'll take a timeout. Subs are going to be coming after this timeout as well, and we'll take a quick timeout as well of Coach Fair. We'll take 30 seconds on 92.7 KLGA.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
The Wolverines have brought Riley Firk, the senior, into the ball game. Gerber Welter on the floor as well, and right now handling the ball, it's Tiffany Fair. Chloe Dickey, the other Wolverine in the ball game right now, so that'll be the 5 for West Bend-Mallard. 45-30 West Bend-Mallard as Frerk has the ball near the wing, dropped it and picked it back up. She tracks it down near the sideline into Gerber in the high post. Gerber goes right. Gerber layup too strong. Offensive rebound though by West Bend-Mallard's Gerber. That was Dickey missing the layup as Gerber got the rebound, and then we've got a held ball there. So possession will go back to St. Edmond. Wolverines will bring substitutions to the ball game. The sophomore Allie Fair is coming in. So Fair coming off the bench for West Bend-Mallard. And Gales have the rock right now. Braylon Reese got the pass into the lane. There's going to be a tie-up as Ava Andrew got locked up underneath. Wrestling for the ball with Gerber that time. 1:31 left in this one. Wolverines in control, up 45-30. Getting set to snap a 3-game losing streak. St. Edmond, meanwhile, they will not get back-to-back wins after defeating Webster City Tuesday night. And they will face Clear Lake tomorrow night. Although Clear Lake has kind of fallen apart. They've lost 5 of their last 8 games. As there will be a foul by West Bend-Mallard with 1:20 left. Andrew picking up the foul on Chloe Dickey for the Wolverines. So St. Edmond faces Clear Lake tomorrow night. Gales have not beaten Clear Lake since 2015. That is a 15-game losing streak that included 48-22 earlier this season. But they'll try to knock off a Clear Lake team that, again, they've lost 5 of their last 8, and they have all but fallen out of the North Central Conference race, with Algona and Humboldt now competing for the top spot in that league. Free throw up, and no good as Dickey missed it left. A couple more Wolverines checking in off the bench. As Ava Widers, the freshman wearing number 25, checks in, as well as Ellie Gerber, the freshman wearing number 22. They're both in for the Wolverines right now. And Dickey will likely be subbed out here after this next free throw. And that one goes down the drain for Dickey. 46-30, West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines bring Paige Frerk into the ballgame. So all of the regulars for West Bend-Mallard now on the bench for the final 1:20 in this one. And the Gales will bring the ball across half court. It's Schlenz getting it over to the right side. Henning now back out top. Rotation around the perimeter, left side Schlenz. Her three-point ball is a little bit short, and Frerk has the rebound for West Bend-Mallard. Down to the final 1:06 in this one. Wolverines are going to pick up win number 9 of the season. Right side three-point ball on the way, and that one in and out, no good for Paige Frerk. Rebound for St. Edmond and a jump ball. Riley Frerk got tied up with Sophia Schlenz that time. The possession arrow will give the rock to St. Edmond with 58.5 seconds left. The Wolverines will still have quite a few games here. Of course, there was a winter weather makeup against Newell Fonda that still has to be made up, and then a few games that were regularly on the schedule. So very good chance for the Wolverines to get above that double-digit win mark here, as they're up to number 9 right now. Pass is intercepted by Weidert, and another turnover forced by the Wolverines. Frerk brings the ball into the front court. Top of the key, flings it over to the far side of the court to Fair. Bounce pass is going to find Gerber. Gerber underneath the bucket, hits it off the bottom of the backboard. Fight for the rebound in the lane, and then a foul by the Wolverines of 34.8 seconds left as Schlenz secured the rebound for the Gales. That'll be the first personal against Allie Fair. And St. Edmond will get another possession here, 34 seconds left. Shot clock now off, so likely the last possession for St. Edmond as West Bend-Mallard up by 16 here in the fourth quarter. Reese throws the pass, intercepted by Weidert. Weidert runs the floor, Weidert layup, too strong, no good. Rebound tracked down though by Frerk for West Bend-Mallard as the freshman Frerk goes right side to the senior Frerk with 16 seconds left. Riley Frerk holds the ball and gets it top of the key to Weidert. Now towards Fair, right back to Weidert. Weidert outside to Fair. Fair flings it right side to Frerk. And the final 5 seconds are going to take away. Wolverines leading 46-30, 2-1, and that'll be it. West Bend-Mallard gets back on track tonight. They break a 3-game losing streak and defeat St. Edmond 46-30. With the win, the Wolverines are now 9-6 on the season. St. Edmond dropping to 3-11. We'll take a quick timeout, wrap up the girls' game, and get you ready for the boys' game after this on 92.7 KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmer State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Wrapping up game number 1 of our basketball doubleheader on hometown radio KLGA's, the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines defeat the St. Edmond Gales 46-30. Our video streaming presented by PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Come to Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. It's the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines 46 and the St. Edmond Gales 30, as the Wolverines improved to 9-6 in the season. Gales dropped to 3-11. The scoring by quarter went like this. Wolverines outscored the Gales 13-5 in the first quarter and 11-7 in the second, taking a 24-12 lead into halftime. The Wolverines would outscore the Gales by 14-13 in the third quarter, going up 38-25, and then 8-5 in the fourth to finish this one off 46-30. And for the Wolverines, it was certainly not a pretty game tonight against St. Edmond. I'm sure Coach Fair will talk about the turnovers that occurred tonight for the Wolverines. Just trouble hanging on to the ball on offense. Still not a great shooting night either, but ultimately West Bend-Mallard, they played really good defense tonight against St. Edmond. They got the ball inside, they got to the free throw line, and they get the win. And when you've lost 3 games in a row, you really just want to get back on the board and get that victory, especially coming out here on the road against St. Edmond. And with the pairings coming out for the Class 1A postseason very much in the near future, everyone's going to count. You know, Wolverines, they built an 8-4 record, or actually an 8-3 record, and then lost 3 games in a row. So you don't want that hard work you did to get to 8-3 to go by the wayside. So you kind of get things back on track tonight, get that 9th win of the season, and with a handful of games left, you're in a pretty good spot right now if you're West Bend-Mallard and feeling a little better after tonight, winning this one 46-30. As we said, West Bend-Mallard will face Emmitsburg tomorrow night, a team that the Wolverines beat earlier this season 44-42, and they will try for the sweep over the Ehawks. St. Edmond will face Clear Lake tomorrow night, a Clear Lake team that has struggled but did defeat St. Edmond 48-22 earlier this season. So Wolverines win game number 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have the boys game coming up in about 15 minutes, but first we'll hear from both head coaches. We'll talk with Wolverine head coach Jerry Zaug, as well as St. Edmond head coach Adolf Kokendorfer on the pregame show, as we'll step aside right now for a quick timeout and check in with both of those coaches next on KLGA 92.7 FM.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beich, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toth.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
At Security State Bank, we focus on the needs of local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's Microwavable Meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Getting ready for boys high school basketball action right now on Hometown Radio KLGA as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines visit the St. Edmond Gales. And right now we're joined by West Bend-Mallard head coach Jerry Zaug. Coach, first of all, we appreciate your time once again on the pregame show today. Let's start off with a recap of Tuesday's games. You guys had a tough loss against South Central Calhoun. What are a couple of your big takeaways coming out of Tuesday's matchup?
One of the big takeaways is, the scoreboard didn't show how good we actually did play. Most of the other statistical categories, we played right with them. We had more steals. We rebounded right with them. And again, our biggest problem is we just can't put the ball in the hole. Our shooting percentage is the one stat we gotta get corrected.
Looking at where the offense is at right now and trying to get that back on track, what does a good offensive night for you look like tonight against St. Edmond?
We just got to keep on going, trying to drive the basketball and go to the free throw line. And we got to try to work the ball inside, even though we're going to be without Jackson Zaug tonight. The other guys are going to have to step up, and we're just going to have to try to keep getting the ball to the interior.
And, Coach, speaking of the interior, St. Edmond is a team that has a really good sophomore of Hunter Horn that scores a lot on the interior of the defense. So when you're going up against him defensively, what are a few of your objectives?
Just to try to keep him farther away from the basket as we can, make him take his shots more up by the elbow instead of down the low block, and just kind of be a little more physical with him.
Like we said, Coach, Horn's kind of the standout on the St. Edmond side of things. But outside of Horn, what else jumps out to you about the Gales?
They're really good with their ball movement. They make really good sharp cuts, and they get the ball moving really good. They're really aggressive on the defensive end. We're going to have to play one of our better games to get out of it with a victory tonight.
Coach, looking at what you guys are trying to do, especially offensively, without Jackson Zaug in the lineup tonight, how do you try to adjust your game plan for that, or what do you expect from the guys trying to step up in that way?
Well, I anticipate them to step up. I know Clayton Jones, he's going to be starting tonight in his place, and the last few games, he's been a lot more active coming off the bench. I really expect him to step his game up and be more a part of on the offensive end.
Coach, what do you feel are one or two of the biggest keys for tonight's game?
Keeping control of the basketball, not turn the basketball over, and be a little more patient on offense, too. Sometimes we take a little too quick of a shot. Maybe work through the offense a couple times instead of taking that first look.
And, Coach, wrapping up here, kind of looking a little bit more widely at the rest of the season. The final couple weeks are going to go by pretty quick as you guys still have a few games on the schedule, but February's going to get here pretty quick and the playoffs are going to be coming up around the corner. So as you kind of look at these last couple weeks of the season, what do you need to see from your guys to say, we're kind of rounding into form and we're ready for the playoffs to arrive?
Yeah. That's just it. As I told them, we got a third of our games left starting tonight. I mean, we still have 7 games, so there's still a lot of basketball to play in a short amount of time. But, it's all about getting ready for the playoffs and trying to get our couple games here that we can maybe increase our seed and maybe climb up it in whichever district we're going to be playing in, and just finish out the season by playing as good as basketball as we possibly can.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time today and wish you best of luck with tonight's game.
Thank you very much.
That is West Bend-Mallard Wolverine head coach Jerry Zaug here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Right now, timeout. We'll get you closer to tip-off of the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines and the St. Edmond Gales coming up next on 92.7 FM and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Strowman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
And we get set for boys high school basketball action right now on Hometown Radio KLGA. The St. Edmond Gales host the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. And right now we're joined by St. Edmond head coach Adolf Kokendorfer. Coach, first of all, we appreciate you giving us a few minutes here on the pregame show. Let's start off with Tuesday's game as you guys took on Webster City in that matchup. What were a couple of your takeaways and your overall recap coming out of Tuesday?
Well, Tyler, they were a big athletic team, and we kind of got hurt on the offensive glass. And once the game started going downhill for them, it stayed like that. We had trouble getting back in it. They were just too big and strong for us on the glass.
And, Coach, after that ball game, team right now standing at a 6-7 record, and you have more wins than last year at this point, and one of those big improvements has been adding Hunter Horn to the group. So can you talk a little bit about Hunter and what he's added to you overall this year?
You know, Hunter's whole family transferred over, which was really nice. He has a couple sisters, and one sister's still at senior high, and he has a sister over here. They're a great family, which makes it really a plus. Hunter's a coachable kid, and he works really hard. So he's been kind of a joy. And, you know, he kind of complements the other players that we have. It's a tough conference for us when, like Webster City has 500 and some kids, and we have 115. So on a nightly basis, we're playing teams that are a lot bigger than us. Now, we've won a few this year in a conference, which has been really nice. Again, it's a learning experience. Every time we go out, we see something different. We hope it pays off in the end. You know, if we can win a few more games and get a little momentum going into district, that would really be great. So we're hoping this conference pays off. Hunter's been a great kid to work with. He really has been very coachable.
Coach, tonight you take a break from the conference action to get to a non-conference matchup as you welcome the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines. What are a couple of things that jump out to you looking at West Bend-Mallard?
Well, a really good tradition in athletics, Tyler. I know last year they came here and they kind of they manhandled us a little bit. They were physical, and we didn't match that. This year I think we're a more physical team than we were last year. So, we're looking at them being a tough matchup for us. So we're going to go out and try to give as much effort as we can do.
And, Coach, looking at West Bend-Mallard, they're a team that has a lot of scoring from two players, looking at Jackson Zaug and Landon Montag. When you talk about defending those two, their top two scorers, what are a couple of objectives for your guys defensively?
Well, those two kids those are West Bend names. I'll tell you, they've had brothers and cousins go through there. We're just going to try to slow them down a little bit. That's what we're hoping to do.
And, Coach, as we wrap up here, what do you feel one or two of the biggest deciding factors in this ball game are going to be?
Well, I think defensively, if we can hold them down, and then if we rebound well and don't give them a lot of second shots, I think those will be two big keys right there, Tyler.
Well, Coach, we wish you best of luck with tonight's game, and thank you very much for the time today.
You're welcome, Tyler.
That is St. Edmond head coach Adolf Kokendorfer here on Hometown Radio KLGA. Right now we'll step aside for a timeout, but high school basketball is coming your way in a few minutes. It's the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines and the St. Edmond Gales on 92.7 FM and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen, when you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
We welcome you back to St. Edmond High School for game number 2 of our basketball doubleheader. The West Bend-Mallard Wolverines against the St. Edmond Gales. Wolverines coming at 3-11, trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. Meanwhile, St. Edmond 6-7 on the year, looking to get back to 500 after a Tuesday night loss against Webster City. Tyler Lanceview on 92.7 FM at KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as we take a look at the 2 starting lineups for tonight. For West Bend-Mallard, a change in the lineup. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, their leading scorer and leading rebounder, senior Jackson Zaug, is out tonight. He'll be replaced in the lineup by the 6-foot senior Clayton Jones. The other 4 for the Wolverines, the 5'8 junior Houston Nielsen, the 6'1 senior Landon Montag, the 5'11 senior Mitch Stevens, and the 6'3 freshman Abner Zaug. Landon Montag is the other double-digit scorer, averaging 13.2 points per game for the Wolverines. They'll need a big night out of him. They might need 30 tonight to knock off the St. Edmond Gales, a team that is re-energized this season, already more wins than they had last year with a 6-7 record under head coach Adolf Kokendorfer. For Coach Kokendorfer and the Gales, they'll have the 6'2 senior Sam Miracle, the 6'1 sophomore Jacob Koopman, 6-foot freshman Jack McElroy, the 6'2 senior JT Laufersweiler, and the 6'4 sophomore Hunter Horn, new to the team this year after transferring over from Fort Dodge. And Hunter Horn averaging a double-double this season, 20.6 points per game and 10.8 rebounds after appearing on Fort Dodge's roster last year, playing in just 4 games for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. So the sophomore Hunter Horn, he is the focus for St. Edmond, and he's the focus defensively for West Bend-Mallard. The 2 teams being introduced on the floor right now. If you're the Wolverines, you are trying to snap out of an offensive funk. Wolverines have lost 6 games in a row, and in most of the 6 games, with just one big quarter that threw them in, but you've got to prevent that big St. Edmond run tonight, and Wolverines have to get back on track offensively. They haven't scored more than 44 points since beating Peyton Jourdan 53-44 back on January 4th, and since that time, they've been on this 6-game losing streak. That's dropped in the 3-11, but you're on the road tonight. It's your second of 3 games this week. You can't be friendly ducks in tonight's ball game. You've got to come out, get up to a quick start, put the ball in the cup, and defeat St. Edmond in tonight's game, especially with the Class 1A pairings coming out fairly soon, you would expect. So everyone's going to count here in the St. Edmond Gales. Meanwhile, they're trying to get back to 500. Like we said, a revitalization season for them after winning just 5 games last year. They haven't won more than 8 games since going 12-11 in the 2018-2019 season, but Hunter Horn has added a breath of fresh air to the roster, as well as the senior Sam Miracle stepping up in a big way of 12.5 points per game. For West Bend-Mallard, they're wearing the road black uniforms. the gold WBM across the front of the uniforms and the purple and yellow trim down the sides. St. Edmond in the home white with the green Gales across the front, green numerals on the front and black for the jerseys, the green trim down the side of the uniforms. At midcourt, it'll be the 6'4 sophomore Hunter Horn. He'll go up against the 6'1 senior Landon Montag. We are about set to go. West Bend-Mallard defeated St. Edmond last year 59-38. Last time these two teams matched up, but St. Edmond has won 2 of their last 3 against the Wolverines. It's Montag and Horn. Horn back taps, and we are underway from St. Edmond High School. St. Edmond heads from left to right on the radio dial. Gales this season averaging 59.6 points per game. West Bend-Mallard allowing 56.7. It's Horn on the drive, deals it outside Miracle. Catch and shoot 3. Miracle swirls it into the cup. Sam Miracle from downtown gives St. Edmond the first bucket of the game, and it's 3-0 Gales. St. Edmond, 34.2% on free-point shooting. They're a good free-point shooting team, but they don't take very many threes. They really only take them if they're open, and that helps account for the high percentage. Right side, it's Mitch Stevens. Stevens looking, finding Abner Zaug in the near side at short corner. Airballs the shot long, and the rebound by Sam Miracle. Zaug is going to be expected to play a bigger role with Jackson Zaug out tonight as well, coming out a little bit amped up with adrenaline, overshooting that first shot. Horn in the paint, looking to go right, shoots over Zaug, and he puts it in with the right hand. Hunter Horn. Just a patient move in the center of the paint, shooting over Abner Zaug at 6'3", did a nice job not fouling, but Horn with a nice feathery touch to make it 5-0. Nielsen, left side wing, drops the ball and picks it back up. Looking underneath to Clayton Jones. Clayton Jones got to the rack and scored. That'll make it 5-2. Clayton Jones into the starting lineup tonight in place of Zaug. St. Edmond quickly the other way. Koopman threads it into Horn. Horn among the lane. Left-handed shot up and over Zaug. This time is good. Horn one off the right hand. Horn off the left hand. 2 field goals for the St. Edmond sophomore, and it's 7-2 Gales. Horn 52.3% of the field this year as Montag turnaround from the foul line, no good. Offensive rebound, Abner Zaug. Zaug skids the pass back outside to Montag on the right wing with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Zaug back out to Montag, right side, into the post to Montag, backing his way in against Horn, shoots over the top and knocks it down. Good turnaround by Abner Zaug, averaging 5 points and 5 rebounds per game for West Bend-Mallard, and a score 7-4 right now. Loffers-Weiler in between the circles, dribbles towards the right side, high pass towards McElroy in the right corner. Jones pokes the ball, McElroy into the lane, finds Horn. Horn over the top of Zaug, rolls off right, no good, and Koopman touched it last along the baseline for St. Edmond. Rebound goes out of bounds, and the ball will go back to West Bend-Mallard. Well, the formula for the Wolverines, you have to A, just prevent Horn from getting the ball in the first place and try to deny him the basketball, or B, if he gets it, keep him away from the basket. Try to keep him 15 to 20 feet out. Don't let him get 5 feet away where he has great touch underneath the cup. It's landed Montag in the high post, out to the right wing to Nielsen. West Bend-Mallard Jr. dribbles the ball on the wing, gets it knocked away out of bounds by Koopman, and it will stay with West Bend-Mallard at the 5:44 mark of quarter number 1. But Wolverines would have to line scoring somehow, like Coach Zaug said in the pregame. It sounds simple, but the issue has been they're just not putting the ball in the cup. It's not a matter of not getting looks. It's just not knocking down shots right now for West Bend-Mallard as Nielsen's pass goes out of bounds. It will stay with West Bend-Mallard as St. Edmond touched it last. Nielsen will retie the left shoe for the Wolverines. As down beneath us, the senior Mitch Stevens will inbound. Stevens bounce pass into Montag. Dangerous passes between 2 defenders. Knocked away, but Montag got it back. They avoid a turnover. Zaug gives to Montag. Montag in the lane. Tough shot over Horn, and he gets it. Boy, Landon Montag had to arc that one up over the outstretched wingspan of Hunter Horn, but that'll make it 7-6. St. Edmond up by 1 over West Bend-Mallard. 5:23 on the clock, quarter number 1. Loffers-Weiler pivots, finds Horn on the high post, into the corner to Miracle. Another catch and shoot 3, rims out no good. Offensive rebound for Loffers-Weiler, though, who brings it back out beyond the perimeter. Driving down the lane, pulling up for a jumper, McElroy, and he knocks down the 10-footer. That is Jack McElroy making it 9-6. McElroy averaging 8.4 points per game for the Gales. And St. Edmond up by 3 right now as McElroy has the steal in the backcourt. And Stevens reaches in and he forces the tie-up. That'll turn the possession arrow around as St. Edmond will have the basketball coming out of the tie-up. Gales trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They lost back-to-back games after previously winning 3 in a row early in the month of January. One of those wins against Algona, a team that was at Wells Fargo Arena last season. Gales will have the basketball right now as they're figuring out the possession arrow. It turns out the possession arrow is actually towards West Bend-Mallard, so the Wolverines should actually have the ball right now, and they will, with 4:58 on the clock. Montag will be the inbounder down to our right as he flips it into the backcourt to Mitch Stevens. Stevens across the SE logo at midcourt, painted in green here on the hardwood. The home hardwood of St. Edmond, and Zaug wanted to pass to Nielsen and then traveled. Zaug was going to flip that nonchalantly up to the top of the key, then saw Nielsen getting covered by the defender and tried to pull the ball back in, but ended up getting the traveling violation off that as the Gales lead by 3. West Bend-Mallard playing their patented 2-3 zone defense. St. Edmond plays more of a man-to-man style defensively. The Wolverines want to play that 2-3 zone and really collapse on the inside when Horn gets the ball. Loffersweiler, another 10-footer. That one misses left, and Montag rebounds along the left baseline for the Wolverines. Montag strides to the front court, takes it left across the foul line, shovels it out to Nielsen. Nielsen dribbles right across the foul line. Nielsen trying to go in. Ball got knocked away, and it rolled off of Nielsen's shin and out of bounds as the Wolverines will give the basketball up. West Bend-Mallard this season, 15.5 turnovers per game. Wolverines coming off a 58-40 loss to South Central Calhoun on Tuesday. St. Edmond lost 62-44 to Webster City on Tuesday, so both teams licking their wounds coming out of that game. Outside to McElroy, quick closeout by Clayton Jones for West Bend-Mallard. McElroy working on the wing now against Nielsen. Jumps and passes to Loffersweiler, pumps left, drives down the lane, stops for a 10-footer and knocks it down. 11-6 Gales. That's a spot in the 2-3 zone for the way the Gales are working the ball. They're seeing that jumper just inside the foul line open up. As Montag tries a white ring three, in and out, no good as it took a peek inside, and Horn sails in for the rebound. Horn gets the outlet up the court to McElroy. Now to the elbow, it's a Miracle jumper, and Miracle hits it. 13-6 St. Edmond. Gales are raining down the mid-range shots early in this game. Kind of a lost start in the game of basketball, but not lost to Coach K and the Gales, as Montag tries to spin into the lane, and he traveled. Wolverines turning it over on back-to-back possessions as St. Edmond will go to the bench for the first time tonight. Grant Gallis, the 6-foot sophomore, checking in, and West Bend-Mallard wants a timeout. 30-second timeout coming at the 3:32 mark of quarter number one, and St. Edmond up 13-6. St. Edmond has scored the last 6 points. They're on a 6-0 scoring push right now. As you said for the Wolverines, a lot of times in this 6-game losing streak, it's been one bad quarter. 8 minutes of bad basketball that have done them in. You look to the past Saturday against Bishop Garrigan, Wolverines played pretty evenly for the Golden Bears throughout the entire game, besides the second quarter when the Golden Bears had a 19-3 scoring advantage. Wolverines the game before against GTRA had coughed up a 29-6 quarter, so there have been a couple times where the Wolverines have played pretty well for 3 quarters, but whether it's the second quarter or the third quarter or the first, there's just been one bad quarter in there. So they're trying to string together a full 4 quarters of basketball. Right now, down 13-6 against St. Edmond. Gales will have the basketball. St. Edmond scoring 59.6 points per game offensively. Wolverines averaging 44.4 this season. As Loffersweiler, the QB1 on the football team, gets it across half court. Loffersweiler in between the circles. Flings the ball right side to Gallis. Gallis back onto the wing to Loffersweiler. Loffersweiler right of the paint, turns it back out to Gallis. Top of the key to Miracle, into the high post to Horn. Horn of 16 on the shot clock, goes to work. Oh, a nice pass underneath to Koopman. Missed the wide open layup though. Ball's going out of bounds. Montag throws it off of Koopman. Like that, Stevens throws it off of Koopman, but did it touch Stevens? It did not. It only touched Koopman. Great play by Stevens to save the possession for West Bend-Mallard. That's a tough one. Koopman had the wide open look. That was nearly an assist for Horn. That might be what Horn has to do. He knows when he gets the ball, he's going to be swarmed immediately, but St. Edmond can cut some players through the back door and try to get open off of that if too much attention gets devoted to Horn. Montag at the foul line finds Jones on the block. Jones too hard off glass, no good. Zaug had his hands on the rebound, but Koopman tracks it down as it deflects off of Zaug, and he gets it center of the court to Horn. Horn right down the middle, kicks it near side, Loffersweiler, fought about 3, rotates to Miracle, top of the key instead. Miracle splits defenders, rises for a 15-footer, and he got fouled. He got fouled on the jump shot, and Sam Miracle is going to be shooting 2. Sam Miracle, the best free throw shooter in the North Central Conference, 91.7% at the charity stripe this year, over 90% for Miracle, who last year was St. Edmond's leading scorer at 17.6 points per game. This year, the number 2 scorer behind Horn as he puts the ball into the bucket to make it 14-6. Right now, Gales on a 7-0 scoring run. St. Edmond brings the 6'1 junior Andrew Clavey into the ball game. Hunter Horn is taking a seat on the bench right now. Jack McElroy back in as the free throw is good. 15-6 St. Edmond, now an 8-0 run. Wolverines have gone to the bench as well. The 5'11 junior Clint Fair wearing jersey number 25. He's into the ball game. Stevens handling the ball in between the circles, guarded by McElroy. The screen by Zaug as Stevens goes towards the far corner. Zaug trying to post up inside. Ball goes near wing to Montag. Pumps and drives across the foul line. Sidearms out to Nielsen. Pump fakes. Gets to the elbow. His jumper is blocked. Great recovery by Sam Miracle that time. Miracle really with the help defense as Nielsen lost the initial defender for a great pump fake. Then Miracle came out of nowhere to stuff that one. St. Edmond playing great defense here in the first quarter. Zaug at the foul line, using the pivot foot, bounces near side to Fair. Fair back to Zaug in the post. Zaug in between 3 defenders, gets it back onto the wing to Fair. 4 on the shot clock. Fair a 3, doesn't realize it. 2 seconds. 1 second for Stevens, and the Wolverines are out of time. 35-second call against West Bend-Mallard as they cough it up with 2:03 on the clock. That was a great defensive possession by St. Edmond. They know if Horn on the bench, Wolverines will try to get the ball inside to Abner Zaug and use that size advantage while Hunter Horn is out, and they swarmed him. Elbow jumper's up, and it's good. That's a swish by Gallus, and it's 17-6. The mid-range shot is clicking early in this game for St. Edmond. Wolverines are willing to let them shoot that rather than get those easy twos in the bucket, but so far St. Edmond is taking it, and they are making it. Stevens deals outside to Fair. 1:40 left in the first quarter. Now right wing Nielsen into the post to Montag. Montag gets collapsed on, kicks out to Nielsen right side. Nielsen pivots around. He pivots 360, splits a couple defenders. Shot up, misses left. Nielsen chases down his own miss, and he has it. Nielsen tiptoes the sideline and brings it right around the perimeter. Top of the key. Now right side to Fair. Fair sees an opening. He wants to drive, and he traveled. Fair got started before he put the ball in the hardwood, and West Bend-Mallard now having trouble hanging on to the basketball. 17-6 St. Edmond. Gales on a 10-0 scoring run right now. And the Wolverines in danger, putting themselves in a big hole here in the first quarter. Woffers-Weiler checks out. Horn returns to the ball game. Horn this season has scored 34.5% of St. Edmond's total points. So more than a third of the points for St. Edmond as the ball is knocked out of bounds. Nielsen on the defense that time, as the Gales will keep it with 1:17 on the clock. Ball is inbounded to McElroy with 1:16. McElroy goes to work, kicks it outside Miracle. Open on the left wing. His three-point ball is line drive, no good. And the Wolverines sat back on the rebound. Stevens has to hustle and get it, and then a push by Gallus. Coach Zaug was helping out with the call over there on the far side. That call came in a little bit late as Gallus was handsy that time with Stevens, but ended up pushing him and getting the foul called. That's his first personal. The Wolverines, if you're the Wolverines, you have to go attack that rebound. West Bend-Mallard almost got caught sitting back and waiting for the ball to come to them. St. Edmond has been the more active team so far, so Wolverines have to focus a little more on attacking that rebound next time around. Fair left corner three-point ball. That's an air ball. He shot it too long. Out of bounds, though. Last touch by St. Edmond. Those air balls can sometimes be hard to rebound as you don't know when it's coming in. Fair this season, now 0 of 13 on three-point tries, as he'll be the inbounder from the baseline. Gets it into Nielsen, right wing. Nielsen into the post to Montag. Montag goes to work. Montag jumper. Montag off the back of the cup, no good. And Horn reaches above Zaug for the rebound. Out quickly to McElroy, drifts towards the right wing. Finds the trailing Miracle. Miracle down the lane, kicks it into the corner. It's Clavey. Clavey across to Gallus. Catch and shoot, left wing three. Left it short, and Montag sails in for the rebound. 35 seconds left in the first. Montag out to Nielsen. Drives into the lane. Hooks the right-hander up. Missed it right. Contested rebound, and Horn takes it away from everyone. Now here comes Horn. Horn up the court. Horn taking it himself. Puts it off glass. Offensive foul, Hunter Horn. Houston Nielsen stood in there. The 5'8 junior hits the 6'3 sophomore. Actually, the 6'4 sophomore. And Houston Nielsen stood in there and took that foul. That is the first personal on Hunter Horn. It comes with 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Good transition defense. St. Edmond has looked to run early in this game and create some pace. Shot clock is off, 18 seconds on the game clock. Stevens is going to screen. Montag heads right. He's on the wing. Flips it to Zaug. Zaug against Horn. Zaug back outside in the corner to Montag. 9 on the game clock. Montag going to work. Montag rising for a short corner jumper. Air ball, and Clavey rebounds. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Clavey up to Horn of 2. Horn of 1. Pulls up for a jumper, and he left it a little bit short. Almost with the friendly deflection, but that'll be the end of the first quarter. St. Edmond ends on a 10-0 scoring run, and the Gales have the advantage 17-6 as we head to the second quarter here at St. Edmond High School and on KLGA 92.7.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Start of quarter number 2 action here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as St. Edmond has the basketball, leading West Bend-Mallard 17-6. Woffers-Weiler goes into the corner as he finds Koopman, who just checked back in, and around to Woffers-Weiler again. West Bend-Mallard playing without their leading scorer tonight, Jackson Zaug, trying to find a way, but offensively, not much going for the Wolverines so far. St. Edmond has scored the last 10 points, and they try to thread the pass inside to Horn. It goes out of bounds, and the Wolverines knock it out. Good low hands by West Bend-Mallard. Don't want to let Horn get the ball that low in the post. Now 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gales will lob it in. It's caught by Koopman beyond the perimeter. 6 on the shot clock. Gets left to Wolfersweiler. Pump fakes. Drives to the baseline. Kicks it out. Good look for Miracle. Left side 3. In and out. Rebounded in the lane. Secured by Stevens for the Wolverines. Gets bumped a little bit by Wolfersweiler as he brings it into the front court. 17-6 as Stevens almost had it taken out of his pocket by Koopman. Clayton Jones near side. Starting tonight in place of Zaug for West Bend-Mallard as the bounce pass goes right side to Nielsen. Nielsen along the far sideline, and he got fouled. Bodied up that time by Koopman, who's trying to keep his hands vertical in the air and avoid the foul, but that was body-to-body contact, hip-to-hip there, as the first personal foul by Koopman is picked up in the first of the quarter by St. Edmond. From right in front of the St. Edmond student section, Montag inbounds to Stevens. Stevens deep on the right side wing. Gets it into the corner to Nielsen. Nielsen in between the circles to Montag, looking inside. He gets it to Zaug near side, now bounces back to Montag. Pump fakes on the 3, gets to the foul line, and gets shut off by Miracle. Pass goes to Zaug underneath, swatted up by Wolfersweiler. He knocked the ball loose for a second, but Zaug got it back out. But then the pass is taken away. It rolls loose on the floor, and Jones picks it up, saving the possession for the Wolverines. 12 on the shot clock, right side to Nielsen. Quick pass to Montag, passes up the 3. Montag backs up. Montag with 5 seconds. Montag, long 2 on the way, left it short, and a rebound by Horn. St. Edmond forces a really tough shot that time, but the ball is thrown away. St. Edmond tried to get the outlet quickly, but Nielsen intercepted it. Gales forced a really tough shot last possession, though, as Montag sails in, got to the cup, missed it, though, from the baseline. Led on the bucket right now for West Bend-Mallard. Here comes Horn, and Horn lost it. Oh, he just lost the ball right into the gut of Stevens that time. He said, thank you. Wolverines with the ball at Stevens. Almost stepped out, and he did. Stevens lost track of where he was on the floor. It's a thick green painted sideline, and Stevens just never saw where he was and was out of bounds as he received that basketball. Unforced error by the Wolverines. Left wing to Wolfersweiler. Wolfersweiler starts to drive in and sees Montag. Flings it near side to Miracle. Miracle to the foul line, Horn. Horn diving in, Horn rising up. Horn off the back of the cup, no good. Tips it, keeps it alive. Ball gets batted out, and it's out to Wolfersweiler at the top of the key. Finds a spot at the foul line. 15-footer, swirls out, off of the board, Horn. Horn put back, tough hook shot, no good. Rebound by Montag, and St. Edmond misses out on 3 opportunities. Rebounding was in West Bend-Mallard's favor last year when these two teams met, 37-24, as Nielsen went into the lane. He lost the ball, and then he fouls. Koopman just took it right out of Nielsen's hands, and then Nielsen fouled Koopman. That'll be foul number 1 against Nielsen, as it's picked up at the 5:38 mark of the second quarter. Gallus coming back in for St. Edmond as Miracle will take a seat on the bench. Wolverines defeated St. Edmond last year 49-38. West Bend-Mallard had a 37-24 rebounding advantage. St. Edmond in that game shot just 27.7% from the field, while the Wolverines shot over 52%. Wolfersweiler fought about pooling, got it to Gallus instead. Jumper just inside the foul line, swirls out of the cup, batted around in the lane, and picked up by Montag on the West Bend-Mallard rebound. Montag averaging 7.3 rebounds per game for the Wolverines, gets it right wing to Stevens. 5:17 left in the second quarter. Both teams still looking for their first bucket of this quarter as St. Edmond ended the first on a 10-0 run. Nielsen pivots, 360, and does it again as passed down to the baseline, out of the reach of Zaug and out of bounds. Wolverines just looking out of sync right now, and St. Edmond really putting the clamps on defensively. Nothing is open near the bucket. They're forcing the Wolverines to take long 2s, and the Wolverines don't really want to shoot from the perimeter, long 2s or 3s. They're just a 19% three-point shooting team this year, and the long 2's not a whole lot better as Wolfersweiler out of control down the lane, no good on the layup, and then a foul on the rebound. Koopman fouled Zaug as St. Edmond picks up their second foul of the quarter. Number 2 against Koopman, both coming in this quarter as well. Nielsen has the rock as he gets it into the middle of the court to Montag. Montag across the St. Edmond logo at midcourt. Drifts towards the right side. They switch on defense. Now it's Horn guarding Montag. Zaug in the right side corner, back to Montag. Montag looking for the baseline. Horn cuts him off. Now Montag pivots and gets it out to Zaug. Rotates around to Nielsen. Nielsen takes it right down the lane. Tough shot with the right hand, misses off to the right side, no good. And Koopman rebounds. St. Edmond guarding that lane very closely, creating a lot of traffic and tough shots for the Wolverines. Those floaters and shots from the lane just not dropping right now for West Bend-Mallard. It's been a long scoreless drought. Slicing to the lane, Wolfersweiler deals to the baseline to Horn. Kicks it out right side. 3-point ball, McElroy, but it wasn't before the 3-point shot because McElroy traveled. Turnover by St. Edmond as Clavey and Miracle return to the ball game. 2 really good 3-point shooters. In fact, Andrew Clavey this year is 14 of 29 on three-pointers, so Wolverines will have to identify him quickly and get out on him. Miracle himself, 36.2% on threes. He knocked down one earlier tonight. Wolverines have Aiden Yoke into the ballgame for the first time, and Yoke lost out of bounds, but was knocked out by St. Edmond, they say, as the Wolverines will keep it. Yoke at the 5'10" senior will inbound from the front of the Wolverine bench, right side of the court. Gets it into Montag with 4:11 on the clock. Halfway through the second quarter, and neither team scored yet in this quarter. Montag left of the paint. Montag pivoting around into the center of the paint to Stevens. There's all kinds of Wolverines and Gales in there. This paint is clogged right now. Wolverines have to space out a little bit as Montag goes to the far side. Montag to the elbow. And a 3-second call against the Wolverines. This one is called on Abner Zaug. He was in the lane. Boy, everyone for the Wolverines just converging on the paint that time, and not a lot of spacing on the Wolverine offense right now. Clavey, far side of the court, picked up quickly by Montag. Gets the pass near side to Miracle. Miracle thought about pulling, gets to the foul line, kicks it outside to McElroy. 3:44 on the clock. McElroy corner to Clavey, lets the three-pointer go, and it rattles into the cup. It rattled the rim 3 times, it hit the backboard. It hit every part of the iron before it went down. 20-6 St. Edmond. They've scored the last 13 points. And the Wolverines in a major drought right now. Fortunately for us, Bend-Mallard, the defense has been stepping up, but the offense has got to get a few buckets eventually. Center of the lane, Montag rises for a tough shot, and he knocks it down. Montag over the top of Miracle, and that'll make it 20-8. But you can still live with that if you're St. Edmond. That's not an easy look. Miracle sailing in, got to the rack and scored. Right back the other way, and it's 22-8. 3:08 left in the second quarter. St. Edmond in control right now against West Bend-Mallard. Zaug on the high post, try to give and go with Montag. Wolverines lucky not to throw that ball out of bounds. Back outside to Zaug, right side. It's Abner Zaug tonight. Yoke on the left wing gets it into Abner Zaug. Goes to work, heading right around Horn. Hook shot over Horn, no good as he left it short, as Horn had the vertical defense. Horn gets it right side corner to McElroy with 2:42 left in the first half. McElroy into the lane, finds the cutting Miracle. Pumps, puts it up, and puts it in. What at 8? Anywhere from 8 to 15 feet. Those jumpers are going down tonight for St. Edmond. Miracle puts another one into the drain, and it's 24-8 Gales. Gales, the lone Class 1A team in the North Central Conference, playing a rugged schedule this year. Right now with a 6-7 record. Montag to the right side. Goes back to the left wing to Nielsen. Into the post to Zaug, back out to Nielsen. Eyes the bucket, drives into the lane. A lot of traffic again, gets it right side to Yoke. Yoke floats it up. Yoke, tough shot, misses right, no good. And the rebound by Horn. 2:04 left in the second quarter. And the Wolverines have just 2 points so far in this period. 24-8 Gales as Clavey goes back and forth with McElroy. McElroy between the circles goes right side Miracle. Baseline Horn. Horn got the seal. Layup no good though. Wolverines recovered. And Zaug peels the rebound away from the St. Edmond sophomore. Montag to the front court. Holds the ball above his head and gets it right side to Stevens. Back between the circles to Montag as we're down to 1:39 in the first half. 24-8 St. Edmond. Montag goes right around the screen by Stevens. Flips it into Zaug. Zaug catches behind the defense and he got fouled. Zaug did a nice job sealing off Miracle that time. The 6'2 Miracle is trying to lean on Zaug and prevent that pass from getting into the lane. And he fouled by St. Edmond, just their third of the quarter. Number 2 going against Gallus. As Jones checks back in for Yoke for the West Bend-Mallard side of things. Loffersweiler will check in for Gallus on the St. Edmond side. Ball goes into the corner to Jones as we're down to 1:30 in the first half. Into the post to Zaug, bounces back out to Montag, passes up the three-point ball, looks inside, steps back and flips it to Zaug in the right side near corner, or short corner that is. Deep on the wing to Montag, now high post to Jones, looks for the back cutting, Zaug layup, good! There you go, good moving out the ball for the Wolverines. You got to move a little bit more. That back cut, extremely effective, and got Zaug open. It's 24-10. In the lane, Miracle, wide angle on the layup, spun it off glass, no good, and Nielsen tracks on the rebound, but Horn pokes it away from behind. What a play by Horn. Ball goes out to McElroy. McElroy to the foul line, kicks it corner to Miracle. 55 seconds left in the first half. Boy, Horn, not only does he score, but great hustle that time, not letting West Bend-Mallard get a run out. Into Horn, he slips by and he scores. Horn sets it in as he got by Montag that time for West Bend-Mallard. Just spun right away from him, and then there's nothing but green grass in between Horn and the basket. 26-10 Gales. Left wing to Nielsen, bullets it into Montag. Montag, layup, good. Horn was late getting back there on defense. Or excuse me, Zaug with the layup. Horn was late getting back on defense, though, and Zaug had a pretty wide open look there from the left side, as it's 26-12. 19 seconds left in the first half. St. Edmond leading West Bend-Mallard in the post to Horn. Horn center of the lane, right-handed hook will go. 28-12, Horn loves that shot going towards the right side. Now 9 seconds left in the first half. Montag of 6 seconds, Montag right wing of 5, gets to the foul line of 4, back to the bucket, kicks it into the corner to Stevens. Stevens along 2 long at the buzzer, and that is it for the first half. St. Edmond with a stifling defensive performance. They lead West Bend-Mallard 28-12 as we head to the halftime locker room. Right now a timeout. Back with more next on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toth.
Camco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
BMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
At Security State Bank, we focus on the needs of local families, businesses, and farmers. Decisions are made locally. We live and work in your neighborhood, helping to keep our local community vibrant and growing. We're involved in local community events. We believe in personalized service and advice that meets or exceeds your expectations. We're Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Bankers who believe in you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Halftime at St. Edmond High School as the St. Edmond Gales lead the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines 28-12 on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. That's the score right now on your Greg Penning & Company Certified Public Accountant scoreboard. Our video stream presented in part by PMC Advantage Insurance Services. We're having the advantage makes all the difference. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Ken, the Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Right now, again, it's 28-12 in favor of St. Edmond as they lead West Bend-Mallard. Going to be a slightly longer halftime here, 12 minutes instead of 10 minutes, because they've got a youth basketball game going on right now on the floor. And well, the Wolverines, unfortunately for them, they might be looking for some of these youth players to come in and score for them, because this was a tough first half, to say the least, offensively for West Bend-Mallard. Just 12 points in the first half. They didn't score in the second quarter until under the 4-minute mark, and a couple of those buckets came very late. So they were about, I'd say, 6 minutes of scoreless basketball there for the Wolverines combined between that drought in the second quarter. Wolverines, though, they were close early. 7-6 was the score. St. Edmond was leading West Bend-Mallard about midway through the first quarter, but the Gales, they closed the first quarter on a 10-0 scoring run. They've been up on double digits ever since that time. Gales would outscore West Bend-Mallard 11-6 in the second quarter as well, in addition to that 17-6 first quarter, as right now they lead 28-12 at the half. But offensively for the Wolverines right now, there's really not much flow whatsoever. The spacing is off for the Wolverines. Everyone's getting too bunched up, and the Wolverines are just not taking any shots from the outside. St. Edmond is packing the lane. There's all kinds of traffic in there. Any shot West Bend-Mallard takes that's anywhere even close to the paint, it is contested and heavily contested at that. But unfortunately for the Wolverines, they just don't have the three-point shooting to space things out and force St. Edmond to respect that. And really, they haven't even tried to attempt more than 1 or 2 three-pointers so far in tonight's game. So the lack of outside shooting is really hurting the Wolverines in this one and making it tough to get the ball inside. The St. Edmond Gale defense, they have absolutely keyed in on Landon Montag so far this game, knowing that with Jackson's out, Montag is the #1 scoring threat, and they've really limited Montag and held him in check so far in this ball game. Meanwhile, in the St. Edmond offense, it's a steady diet of Hunter Horn. They're trying to get him a post touch or a paint touch just about every offensive possession, and he's converting on quite a few of those in spite of West Bend-Mallard's best efforts. So it's a steady diet of Hunter Horn for St. Edmond, and outside of Horn, boy, the mid-range game is alive and well for the Gales. As we said earlier, any shots that are about that 8 to 15-foot range, those have been, I don't want to say automatic, but pretty close to it for the Gales so far in this game. You can tell in an era where not too many teams work on the mid-range shot anymore, St. Edmond works a lot on that mid-range shot. They coach it up. They say it's going to be open against West Bend-Mallard's 2-3 zone defense, and the Gales are more than willing to take those shots. The crowd will roar in the background as one of the youth basketball players just got a great blocked shot on the left side of the court. A lot of highlights going on here at halftime as the crowd's getting into that just as much as the regular game. But the Gales, as we said, great mid-range shooting so far tonight. Plenty of post touches for Hunter Horn. That's created a pretty balanced look on offense. Again, as you said during the game, not a whole lot of three-point shots for the Gales, but they don't want to take those three-point shots. They want the post touches for Horn. They want the mid-range shots. They know the mid-range shots are going to be open, and they know Horn has great touch in traffic around the basket. And that has helped the Gales get this 28-12 lead at halftime. So we'll see. Another team really scored for the first 4 minutes of the second quarter, so I'd say largely defense has dominated this game. The defense has played better than the offense for long stretches, but the Gales have had a few hot spurts on offense, where the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines, they're really looking for that first offensive run in this game. So can the Wolverines get it on track in the second half? We will find out. We have about 4 minutes to go. I'll make that 5 minutes until the start of the second half, so with that, we're going to step aside for a quick timeout and bring you the second half of basketball action after this on 92.7 KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream, as right now, St. Edmond leads West Bend-Mallard 28-12.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toll.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
West Bend-Mallard Sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
At Security State Bank, we realize each customer has a unique set of needs and goals. That's why we place a greater value on providing outstanding customer service. All products and services are designed for customers within our local community. We value each customer that walks through our door and wants to give them the personalized attention they deserve. Find out why Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne is your partner in community banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Start of the second half here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines trail the St. Edmond Gales 28-12. Left side drive by Mitch Stevens, no good on the layup as he left it short, and St. Edmond forces the Wolverines to go one and done. Wolverines have Koopman make that McElroy with basketball. McElroy runner, no good. Ball hops on the rim, offensive board by Horn. Horn hooks the shot up, no good as it might have got tipped on the way up, and Nielsen has the basketball for the Wolverines. Nielsen injecting a little bit of pace, turns around 360, pivots again and gets it out to Montag. Wolverines scored just 6 points in the first quarter and 6 points during the second quarter. As they're down 28-12, Montag rises for a three from the top of the key, and he swishes it. Landon Montag knocks it down from downtown. It's 28-15. Wolverines are going to have to do that to loosen up the St. Edmond defense, forcing them to respect the perimeter. Montag, 25.4% on three-pointers so far this year. He can knock down the three-pointer, as he did right there. Right side for St. Edmond, it's McElroy. McElroy taking it down the lane. McElroy rises for a floater, and he knocks it down from just inside the foul line. And once again, St. Edmond converts on a mid-range shot, and it's 30-15. It is not a lost art, but an art form for the Gales. Montag on the right side, thought about pulling again for three. Got cut off, though, as he holds the ball. Zaug at the foul line, bounce pass outside to Stevens. Left side baseline to Jones, bounces it into the lane towards Zaug. It's knocked out of bounds as it will stay with West Bend-Mallard. The 6:43 mark of quarter number 3. Wolverines haven't scored more than 44 points since January 4th when they beat Peyton Chardin 53-44, and will have a long way to go to get that in the second half, but will likely have to get there to rally against St. Edmond. Ball gets inbounded and Zaug tracks down in the backcourt. This will give it off to Jones on the left wing. Jones pivots around and gives it off to the curling Montag. Montag spinning towards his left, works his way into the paint, dumps it down to Jones. Jones baseline jumper, and it knocks it down. Good shot by Clayton Jones, and it's 30-17. Clayton Jones making his 5th start of the season tonight in place of the West Bend-Mallard senior Jackson Zaug. Jones will foul Miracle on the left side. First foul for the Wolverines this quarter. That's a big loss for the Wolverines. Zaug averaging 15 points per game and 7.4 rebounds per game. In fact, Zaug has scored 33.5% of the Wolverine points this season. So Wolverines are trying to make do without him, but it has not been easy going on offense. McElroy passes left to Miracle. Back out to the top of the key to McElroy. Rotates to Woffers-Weiler. Woffers-Weiler on the drive. Got to the baseline and wings it back outside to McElroy. Gets to the foul line. 15-footer. Line drives into the cup. McElroy from mid-range. All of these St. Edmond Gales 1 through 5 can hit that 15-footer, and it's 32-17. Nielsen on the right side. Flips it between the circles to Stevens. Now rotates left to Montag. 5:55 on the clock, quarter number 3. Montag works off the dribble. Montag pivoting around as he picks it up and deals outside to Nielsen. Nielsen shows the ball, drives into the lane, floats it off glass, missed right, and contested rebound by Koopman. Koopman lost the ball but picks it back up, gets it up ahead to Miracle. Miracle dumps it down to the block to McElroy, and McElroy gets it to Woffers-Weiler. Rotates around to Koopman, wide open three, and Koopman buries it. Jacob Koopman makes his first three-pointer of the season. He had been 0 of 8 from downtown, and it's 35-17 St. Edmond. Wolverines have a shoe-tying situation going on right now of Clayton Jones. As someone stepped on the back of his heel, the shoe came entirely off. So he has to untie the entire shoe, put it back on his foot, and retie it here as the officials will stop it and let him do that. So 35-17 St. Edmond. Gales this season, as we said, really don't take a whole lot of three-point balls. They make them count when they do. If they get an open look like that where Koopman is left all by himself, they will not hesitate. Jones is going to have to check out here as he still can't get the shoe on, and Fair's going to check in. Boy, they really got the back of that shoe good. It is creased all the way down, and Jones is on the bench fighting to open that shoe back up. So Clint Fair has the basketball right now, checking in for Clayton Jones as Fair brings it across the St. Edmond logo and gets it up to Stevens deep on the left wing. 5:23 on the clock. Stevens had the ball knocked out of his hands briefly by McElroy, but got it back. Stevens driving in. Stevens to the cup. Shot blocked by Horn. McElroy was saying double dribble, but it didn't matter because Horn had the rejection. Oh, and then a carrying violation. McElroy carried it, and an unforced error by St. Edmond for the turnover. Gales turning the ball over about 14 times per game so far this season. Offensively scoring just under 60 points a game. Ball's inbounded to Nielsen for West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines head left to right as Nielsen drives in, takes some contact, and it's a blocking foul. Woffers-Weiler lays out on the floor for an extra second. Wanted to draw the charge, but did not get there in time, and that'll be the first foul on St. Edmond of this quarter. I should check that Koopman, the guilty party. That's his third. So Koopman picks it up, and Nielsen will inbound from the right side baseline. Wolverines put one player at each corner of the paint. Ball gets bounced into Stevens. Stevens shouldering his way in, bounces it outside to Zaug. Top of the key to Montag, rises for three, left it short, almost hopped into the rim on the friendly bounce. Not a fight for the rebound and a tie-up. Abner Zaug got tied up with Grant Gallus, and the possession arrow is towards St. Edmond. Wolverines defeated St. Edmond 59-38 last year. The prior 2 years, St. Edmond won 51-34 and 71-38. Miracle on the left side. Miracle wants the baseline. He won't get it as he'll bounce it out to Gallus. Now back to Miracle in the left corner. Miracle into the post to Horn. Horn wings it out towards the right side as driving in now McElroy. Rises for a 10-footer. Hops on the rim and it drops through. Another mid-range shot by the Gales. They're putting on a clinic tonight in old school basketball, and it's 37-17. Gales up by 20. Nielsen on the left wing. Nielsen in trouble. Nielsen was able to get it off of Gallus' leg. No, Gallus threw it off of Nielsen's leg, and it's out of bounds. So Gallus forces the turnover, and the Wolverines cough it back up. Coming across half court, it's McElroy. Stops the dribble and pivots. Ball knocked away by Stevens, and Nielsen comes over and collects it. Nielsen runs the floor, pump fakes, puts it up. Horn swats it out of the sky. Wow, was Horn disciplined at that time to avoid reaching in and fouling. That was a great rejection by the St. Edmond sophomore. Right side McElroy deals onto the wing to Woffers-Weiler. Fakes, drives, kicks, top of the key. Gallus free, missed it right. Zaug fought for the rebound of Montag, and then Miracle benefits and laid it in. The two Wolverines both went for that rebound. They deflected it off each other, and the ball went right to Miracle for an easy two. It's been that kind of night for West Bend-Mallard. 39-17 right now is St. Edmond. And now Horn steals the ball away from Zaug. He was trying to post up against Horn, but Horn snaked around him and took that ball. Left side corner, Miracle. Gets into the cutting Woffers-Weiler. Woffers-Weiler, he's stuck. He's stuck, and that's a jump ball as Nielsen forces the tie-up. That zone defense collapsed in on Woffers-Weiler as the possession arrows back towards West Bend-Mallard. The junior Andrew Clavey comes into the ballgame to replace Woffers-Weiler. Three-point shooter for three-point shooter that time. Woffers-Weiler doesn't take a ton of threes, but when he does, he knocks them down. 9 of 20 this year. Clavey, a great three-point shooter in his own right, as Stevens barrels across half court and gives to Nielsen on the wing. heads right across the foul line, stops his dribble, gets to Zaug, center of the paint, fades back for a jumper. It got tipped, but a late foul called. Abner Zaug is going to shoot 2 free throws. The 6'3" freshman for West Bend-Mallard, 38.7% at the line this year. Foul number 2 against Hunter Horn, who the Wolverines have not been able to get into foul trouble. Wolverines really haven't been able to get to the ball down low against Horn, as the free throw is up and good. Zaug knocks it down and makes it 39-18. Zaug pounds the ball on the hardwood a couple of times. Second free throw misses right, and Clavey steals in for the rebound. Montag almost took it away from him, but Clavey collects the ball along the near sideline. Gallus, right side, finds Horn in the paint, takes a power dribble, gets it to Clavey, kicks it into the corner to Miracle, rises for 3 and swishes it. Sam Miracle with the splash, and it's 42-18 St. Edmond. We've talked about Horn a lot, but Miracle is having a great night right now as well. He's hit a couple of threes for the Gales as Nielsen looks to the baseline, bounce past to Zaug, drops and picks it up. He's on the elbow right now, bounces it right side baseline to Stevens. Stevens drives baseline, Stevens bouncing it to Jones, right to Zaug, now it's Montag on the wing. Looks and gets it left to Stevens with 2:40 left in the third quarter. 42-18 St. Edmunds. Nielsen open on the left wing, he'll try a 3, but a 3-second call against West Bend-Mallard. Wolverines have gotten called for that a couple of times tonight, as the three-pointer was no good anyways. Now Coach Zaug will take a timeout for the Wolverines. 60-second timeout with 2:36 left in the third quarter, and we'll take that timeout as well. It's St. Edmond 42 and West Bend-Mallard 18 on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Rolling right along in quarter number 3 from the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium. Gales leading the Wolverines 42-18. Horn hooks up the shot and drops it in at the soft touch. Friendly rubber in for Hunter Horn, who is hurting the Wolverines tonight. 44-18 St. Edmond. Nielsen, right wing for West Bend-Mallard, heads left along the perimeter. Gets the pass off to Mitch Stevens. Stevens across the foul line, stops, fakes the jumper, looks down low, finds Nielsen. Nielsen got to the cup and scored it. He was behind everyone as Houston Nielsen puts the points in, and it's 44-20. St. Edmond in control right now as Miracle works against Nielsen. Nielsen had the knockaway. Nielsen picks up the basketball, and he has the steal. Here he comes. Houston Nielsen running the floor. Bounce pass into the lane, though, through right to Clavey for the turnover. Nielsen has been absolutely active on defense tonight for West Bend-Mallard, pestering St. Edmond anytime the ball handler goes near him. Horn in the lane against Montag. Horn, hook shot, rolls off, no good. And the rebound gets tipped into the hands of Clayton Jones. Wolverines hold strong against Horn that time. One of the few of those looks that he's missed so far tonight. Montag pumps, tries to get the ball to Stevens, and Stevens got pushed and fouled. Number 3 against St. Edmond of the quarter. It comes with 1:29 left. Gales up by 24 right now, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. And trying to do it before they play number 1 ranked Clear Lake tomorrow night. Checking out is Sam Miracle, and checking in Jack McElroy for St. Edmond. St. Edmond has not beaten Clear Lake since 2016. And they lost earlier to Clear Lake 72-37. But right now, Clear Lake number 1 ranked and undefeated in Class 3A. Nobody's been able to figure out the Lions so far this season. Outside to Zaug with 1:21 left in the third quarter. Top of the key, it's Montag. Montag right in the paint, spins to the center of the lane, fades for a jumper, tough shot, missed it left, and the rebound is snatched away by Ty Miracle, who just checked in for the first time for St. Edmond. It's McElroy getting up top to Gallus. Gallus drives left side. Gallus got to the bucket, and he drew the foul, and Stevens can't believe it. Stevens is jaws on the floor right now, but he is the guilty party, and heading to the foul line will be Grant Gallus. Gallus 4 of 6 at the charity stripe in total on the season. Foul number 2. Well, we'll get Clayton Jones on that one. All right, so, well, that's why Stevens couldn't believe it, because it wasn't on him, it was on Jones instead. So free throw rims out. Free throw no good, and it's still 44-20. Koopman checks back into the ball game as Horn will get a rest at the end of the third quarter for St. Edmond. Gales are hopeful that they can give Horn a little bit of a rest late in the fourth quarter and save him a bit for Clear Lake tomorrow night as the free throw goes down, and it's 45-20 St. Edmond. Stevens working with the basketball at the foul line right now, pivots around, looks for the back-cutting Montag. Montag bobbles the ball and drops it, and McElroy has it right now for St. Edmond. Wolverines turn it back over. McElroy driving right side. McElroy off glass, rolls off, no good. Zaug with the rebound, swatted away by Koopman, but Zaug gets it back up. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Montag jumps and passes inside, knocked away by Gallus. Ball's heading out of bounds, and Clavey can't save it. Good interior defense, though, by Gallus. Montag had no choice but to throw that ball after he jumped. As there's 34 seconds left in the third quarter. 26 on the shot clock for the Wolverines as Nielsen is the inbounder and gets it between the circles to Stevens. 31 seconds left in the third. Stevens right side. Stevens to the foul line. Pivots. Gets it to Nielsen. Nielsen in between two white jerseys. Ball gets peeled out. Clavey tips it near half court. It's rolling into the backcourt. It's chased down by Montag, and Wolverines have 10 seconds. Montag has to take it back the length of the court as he gets it up to Nielsen. 7 seconds for Nielsen. Nielsen floater in the lane. Nielsen misses left. Rebound is contested. It goes right to Jones. Jones clean up and score. Clayton Jones makes it 45-22. Now St. Edmond has 5 seconds left in the quarter, and they're telling the Gales to speed up. Gallus didn't realize how much time there was. Bouncing to the corner to McElroy. Three-point ball off the back of the cup, and the third quarter is over. St. Edmond stays in control, though, in their home gymnasium. St. Edmond leads West Bend-Mallard 45-22 as we head to the fourth on 92.7 KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
West Bend-Mallard sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Linda K's microwavable meals, homemade dinners to go, and catering services available.
West Bend Ford, meet your service, new car sales and used car sale needs.
The Wagon Wheel Cafe, located in downtown West Bend.
From our homestead to yours, you'll find what you need at Homestead Country Store.
Rock Customs and Line-X protective coating and all your aftermarket parts and accessories.
West Bend Community Lumber, your local Marvin and Birch dealers.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Fourth quarter at the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium. The host Gales controlling the Wolverines right now by a score of 45-22. St. Edmond with the basketball right now to start the fourth, heading right to left on the radio dial. Lompers-Weiler finds the curling McElroy, deals near side to Miracle in the corner. 15 on the shot clock, into the post to Horn, spins away from Montag, and Horn has the easy lay-in. Great spin move by Hunter Horn, and Montag got lost in all that. Hunter Horn, probably the easiest 2 he'll have tonight, as the Wolverines have focused a lot of attention on him, but Horn continues to make tough shots in the lane. At the top of the arc, it's Montag. Ball goes right side to Zaug. Bounce pass into a lot of traffic as Jones keeps it safe. Poked away from behind, though, out of bounds, as it will stay with West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond is so active on defense. Quick hands, a lot of knockaways tonight. Stevens right side off the inbounds pass, gets it to Jones. Along the perimeter to Montag. Montag to the foul line. He'll spin left. Montag trying to go in. Shot is rejected. Miracle got a hand on it, and here come the Gales. Outlet on the floor. McElroy off his hands and out of bounds. McElroy can't believe it as the turnover is committed by St. Edmond. But not a whole lot else wrong going for the Gales right now as they lead 47-22. One of their better defensive efforts of the season so far when you talk about the St. Edmond side. In between the circles, it's Stevens. Stevens looking to drive. Bounce pass towards Zaug. Intercepted by Horn. Horn lobs it up to Miracle. Makes the catch over the shoulder. Miracle to the bucket. They'll wave it off, though. Did he travel? Or was there a foul? There was a foul first. Foul by West Bend-Mallard. That'll stop the fast break, but it'll go against Clayton Jones, his third. From the right baseline, Miracle to inbound. as he'll lob it into McElroy. McElroy going to work. McElroy in the lane. McElroy runner, rims out, no good. McElroy got his own miss back, adjusts to the right side, got Montag to fly by, and that jumper will go down. McElroy with the nice fake, got Landon Montag to make that Mitch Stevens to sail by him. And that created the open look to make it 49-22. Stevens tries to get it between two defenders, and he got fouled. That was Miracle that time. Miracle and McElroy are going to try to force Stevens into a bind in that time as Miracle picks up his second. The Wolverines will have to try to find some offense as they face a Twin Lakes Conference foe tomorrow night with Emmitsburg. It's back-to-back nights for both of these teams. Emmitsburg tomorrow night for the Wolverines as West Bend-Mallard lost that game 60-40 back on January 8th. Stevens gives off to Nielsen, right side, heading left around the perimeter, finds the foul line, goes up and under, puts the shot up and missed it left. Getting in there for the rebound is Loffersweiler, who's averaging four rebounds per game for St. Edmond. Loffersweiler fakes the three, he'll drive in, he'll pump, he'll turn and find Horn. Horn in the lane, Horn right-hander, it rolls into the cup and Horn got fouled. Hunter Horn flexes as he lays on the ground, and he has a chance for a three-point play. Beautiful footwork by Hunter Horn. He has been the stud for St. Edmond this season, and he'll be shooting free throws. Horn, 63.1% free throw shooter this year. Coming into tonight, Horn had attempted 65 out of the 125 St. Edmond free throw attempts on the season. So 52 of St. Edmond's total free throw attempts come from Horn. Of all the attention he commands in the lane, that is no surprise as Horn knocks down the free throw. 52-22. St. Edmond's starting to approach a running clock here. They're up by 30. 35 is the running clock mark. Montag just inside of the foul line. Deals to the right wing to Jones. Right corner Stevens. Stevens working the baseline. Stevens got to the cup, tried to reverse, and Stevens got fouled. Two free throws coming for the West Bend-Mallard senior. 5:58 left in the fourth quarter. Mitch Stevens this year, 48.7% from the line. Averaging 5 points per game for the Wolverines. As the foul will be number 3 against Hunter Horn. Wolverines will get set to bring Yoke into the ball game as he stands at the scoring table right now. Stevens puts the first free throw into the drain, and that'll make it 52-23 as the St. Edmond Gales remain in control. Jones will go to the bench, and checking in is Yoke. This is always going to be a tough night for the Wolverines without Jackson Zaug. Missing the game tonight, their 15-point-per-game score as the second free throw misses, and Horn sails in for the rebound. Loffersweiler quickly up ahead. Loffersweiler pulls up for a jumper, and he drains it. JT Loffersweiler makes it 54-23. I've said it once, I've said it a million times, the mid-range shots are raining down tonight for St. Edmond. Those mid-range shots are looking more like layups. Montag, left side. Montag spinning around. Montag in traffic, tries to go up and under. Hard off the glass, no good, but he draws the foul. And Montag will be shooting 2 off of St. Edmond's third foul of the quarter. Been a frustrating night for Montag. The Gales have been all over him. Montag likes to get to the foul line, take those 15-footers, but the Gales are not letting him do that. And then, of course, you've got the rim protector Horn inside. It's not just Montag. The St. Edmond defense is really doing a nice job of swarming anyone who enters the paint for West Bend-Mallard as Montag puts the first free throw into the cup, and that'll make it 54-24. Montag just under 58% for the foul line this season. Wolverines as a team 52.7%. As Montag's free throw goes in as well. Back-to-back swishes for Landon Montag. Makes it 54-25, and the Gales will throw it away. Unforced error. Don't know exactly what happened. Horn just inbounded it to Miracle and just threw it too hard along that far sideline. So St. Edmond just throws it out of bounds, and the Wolverines will get the extra possession here. 4 players stack up along the far side baseline, or far side paint area, that is, as Montag has it on the wing, thought about pooling. Now he will pool. It's a 3-point try, and it's in and out. Sailing in for the rebound is Yoke. Yoke, he's in between 3 white jerseys. He's trying to shoot over Horn. He's trying to pivot away, and a 3-second call. Wolverines are going to turn it over here at the 5:15 mark of the fourth quarter. Up ahead to Gallus. St. Edmond with the ball. Now between the circles, it goes to McElroy. McElroy backs up near half court and goes to work on 5:09 on the clock. McElroy sidestepping. McElroy heads left. McElroy around the lane. Left side, getting poked at by Nielsen. McElroy keeping the ball safe. He wraps the pass around to the cutting Gallus. Pump fakes. Ball got stripped away, though. Horn picks it up, and ball got knocked away from Horn. It goes right to McElroy. McElroy baseline jumper goes down. A sloppy offensive possession for St. Edmond still results in 2 points as another mid-range shot drops through, and it's 56-25. Clavey will check into the ball game for St. Edmond. and he'll come to get Hunter Horn. Likely for the last time tonight, as Hunter Horn did his job and had a great night for St. Edmond, and he will rest up for tomorrow night's matchup against number 1 ranked Clear Lake. 56-25. St. Edmond, if there was a most improved team award in the North Central, St. Edmond would win it. A 5-win team last year, last place in the NCC, but this year, they're right in the middle of the pack in what is a very difficult boys basketball conference with a lot of 3A schools, a couple 2A schools as well, and St. Edmond being the lone 1A school in that conference. Montag, short corner left side, knocks down a jumper. Landed Montag from mid-range, makes it 56-27. As the Wolverines are hitting a couple shots here in the fourth quarter. Clavey drives baseline. Clavey got to the cup and scored it. Not enough resistance that time for the Wolverine defense. And it's 58-27 Gales. Just not back quickly enough after the made bucket. Pass by Nielsen into Zaug, and the lane is off his hands and out of bounds. And Jones will check back in for West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond will go to the bench as well. Elias Colasia checking into the ball game as Sam Miracle will head to the Pine. Again, you figure that'll be the last time you see Sam Miracle tonight. As Colasia, the junior, gets his first action of the evening. McElroy across half court, deals to Waffersweiler on the wing. Waffersweiler driving in, kicks it to Colasia in the corner. Now it is a three-point ball by McElroy, and that's a swish. McElroy drains the three-point shot, and it is all St. Edmond. 61-27 Gales right now with 3:45 left. Montag in the paint, Montag spinning back. Shot rejected by Colasia. He swatted that shot back into the pocket of Montag. Montag trying again, using the pivot foot, finding Zaug. Long 2 foot on the line. Rims out, no good. Rebound by Montag and a foul by St. Edmond. Colasia looks to be the guilty party that time. He and Clavey are both in the area, and Colasia picks up the foul as Montag got the inside position that time. 3:33 to go. Montag from the right side baseline. Montag holds and gets it into Stevens. Stevens thought about pulling up for a deep jumper. He'll drive instead. He'll get the pass off to Montag. Zaug back and forth to Montag. Montag, with 3:23 left on the clock, has his back to the bucket, turns, deals from the right side to Jones. Jones into the lane. Jones puts a tough shot up. It was tipped on the way up, and it's taken by Gallus for St. Edmond. Up head to Colasia, now back to the trailing Gallus. Gallus rising for 3, misses off to the left, sailing in for the rebound is Waffersweiler, and he'll bring it back outside. Right to Clavey. Clavey left wide open. Clavey 3, line drives, no good. And the rebound near the foul line for Stevens. Stevens outlets to Nielsen. 2:56 left in the ball game. Gets it to the trailing Montag. Pulls up for a deep triple, and Montag rattles it in. Landed Montag knocking down a couple threes here in the fourth quarter, and it's 61-30. And the Gales will empty out the bench now. Ty Miracle coming into the ball game. The freshman, Jackson Calvert, the sophomore, also checking in. A timeout by Coach Jerry Zaug for West Bend-Mallard. 60-second timeout for the Wolverines. We'll take the timeout as well. And the final 2:50 coming up after this on 92.7 KLGA.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Folk, and Michael Toth.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weikert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm insurance agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
2:50 left in the fourth quarter on Hometown Radio KLGA. There are a lot of long faces and a lot of forlorn looks on the West Bend-Mallard bench as it's been all St. Edmond tonight. 61-30, the Gales lead the Wolverines, and West Bend-Mallard on their way to their 7th straight loss. St. Edmond has the basketball right now. They've emptied out the bench. It's Calvert. Rotating it around is Clavey, left wing. Clavey turns his back to the bucket and picks up the dribble. Flings it to the top of the key as he'll find Cosgrove. Thomas Cosgrove deals on the near side to Clavey. Clavey 3, too strong. Along the far side, Montag will let it go out of bounds, and the Wolverines will get it back with 2:21 left. Wolverines will let the starters go at least a little longer here and try to get some positive momentum going into tomorrow night against Emmitsburg. Stevens brings the rock across half court and bounces it over to Clayton Jones. Jones looking for the baseline. Jones spinning. Jones fading back for a jumper. It banks off, no good. Went about halfway down there, but the rebound by Colasia for St. Edmond. Left side three-point ball. Clavey no good. Rebound by Montag for the Wolverines. West Bend-Mallard with no Jackson Zaug tonight, and not a whole lot of offense to speak of. Outside to the left wing, Stevens. Line drive to three ball, no good. Montag cleanup. His putback, no good. Second putback up and in. Landon Montag is starting to pile up a few points here in the fourth quarter, but going to be too little too late for the Wolverines, who got very little scoring during the first half. Gales missed the shot left. Jones tracks on the rebound and bounces it off to Montag. Wolverines had just 12 first half points as Montag tries to throw it underneath to Zaug, and it goes out of bounds. Yoke will enter the ball game as Jones will check out for West Bend-Mallard. St. Edmond will bring Koopman into the game as Clavey checks out. For the final 133. 61-32. St. Edmond on top of West Bend-Mallard. Final minute and a half in this one. Left side Calvert gets it off to the foul line to Ty Miracle. Not to be confused with Sam Miracle, who was one of the leading scorers tonight for St. Edmond. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Gales as it goes into the far side of the court. So Wolverines are going to continue the stretch that has seen them not score 44 points, or not score more than 44 points since that win over Peyton Jourdan on January 4th. Left side three-point ball rims out, and the rebound in the lane by Koopman for St. Edmond. 1:10 left, Koopman gets it out to Calvert. Calvert looking to drive baseline, gets cut off by Stevens. Calvert bounce pass towards Koopman, and it's intercepted as Yoke takes it away for West Bend-Mallard. 60 seconds left. Yoke, top of the key, pulls up, gets it underneath to Zaug. Zaug center from the lane, hooks it up and hooks it in. Abner Zaug with a nice touch in the paint, and it's 61-34, West Bend-Mallard trailing. Cosgrove, pump fakes, holds the ball and deals it near side of the court to Calvert. Calvert in the corner, bounce pass towards the lane to Colasia. Colasia back outside, a catch and shoot free by Cosgrove. Banks off the glass, no good. The rebound pinballs around where it's taken by Montag. Montag outlets Nielsen, sails it over his head though along the baseline and out of bounds. As Montag tried to throw that half length of the court. He is the QB1 in football, so attempted that QB pass but overthrew his receiver in the end zone. As the final 26 seconds will tick away, St. Edmond, one more possession here, bounce pass to Koopman. And he'll get it back outside to Cosgrove. Ball rotates around, and that'll be a foul by Stevens as Stevens runs into Calvert with 16 seconds left in the ball game. Gales will inbound from the left side baseline. They'll put one player at each corner here as the ball gets inbounded with 15 seconds left to the right side to Koopman. Koopman drives across the foul line and bounces it near side to Cosgrove. Gales work the ball around with 6 seconds left. Final 5 seconds will tick away for St. Edmond. They'll rotate it into the left corner. Colasia will try a three-pointer, and Colasia rims out of the buzzer, but that won't matter for St. Edmond. A dominant performance from start to finish by the Gales. They shut down the West Bend-Mallard Wolverines tonight by a final score of 61-34. St. Edmond's two-game losing streak is over. They are back to 500 at 7-7, and meanwhile, the misery for West Bend-Mallard continues after winter break. Wolverines have lost their 7th game in a row, and they fall to 3-12 on the season. We will step aside for a timeout. We'll wrap up the broadcast after this on 92.7 FM, KLGA.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Back inside the St. Edmond High School Gymnasium as we wrap up our broadcast tonight. St. Edmond defeats West Bend-Mallard 61-34 as the Gales, now 7-7 on the season. The Wolverines fall to 3-12. Scoring by quarter run like this, Gales jumped out to a 17-6 lead at the end of one, helped by a 10-0 scoring run to end the first quarter, and the Wolverines never got their head back above water after that. St. Edmond would outscore West Bend-Mallard 11-6 in the second, going up 20-12 at the half. The Gales had a 17-10 scoring edge in the third and a 16-12 scoring edge in the fourth, winning this one 61-34. Wolverines tonight did not have their leading scorer and leading rebounder Jackson Zhao as he missed tonight's game, and the offense certainly suffered for it. It took a long time for the Wolverines to get going, and a lot of the points they got tonight did come down the stretch in the fourth quarter once this game was out of hand. But even with Zhao, the problem for the Wolverines, just not a whole lot of perimeter shooting. St. Edmond really did not have to look to that perimeter shot at all. They made things tough. Wolverines could not get the ball cleanly into the paint tonight. A lot of traffic in there, and just a great defensive night by St. Edmond. They're an incredibly active team on defense. They're a quick team. They switch. They make things tough on you defensively, and they certainly did it tonight against West Bend-Mallard. Meanwhile, on the offensive side for St. Edmond, they're just such a versatile team, 1 through 5. They've got guys who can hit from the mid-range. They can get the ball underneath to Hunter Horn, and they don't take a whole lot of threes, but when they do, they make them count if they knock down some timely three-point shots tonight. But boy, that mid-range shooting for St. Edmond, incredibly good. I'd say that's the best mid-range shooting team in this area of the state, because the Gales have rediscovered a lost art. They take a lot of those 8 to 15-foot jump shots, and they converted them at an extremely high rate tonight against West Bend-Mallard. So a loss for the Wolverines tonight. They'll try to get back on track tomorrow in a rivalry game against Emmitsburg. Meanwhile, St. Edmond, they will face #1 ranked Clear Lake tomorrow night in a tough North Central Conference battle. That'll be it for our broadcast tonight. Big thank you to Bernie Merrill on the camera. Big thank you as well to our sports club members and video streaming sponsors making this broadcast possible. This has been a sports production of Hometown Radio KLGA. Once again, I'm Tyler Lance signing off. Your final score, St. Edmond 61 and West Bend-Mallard 34.